Oh yes, happy Saturday, February 17th of 2024. I don't know why I sound like that. I just decided to do that today. But happy Saturday to everybody. Happy what would this be? Good afternoon. Good afternoon for those who are showing up, who are probably going to show up late, for this live stream, whatnot, or whatever. Again, as always, much love, respect, and appreciation to all of you guys. More than likely, notifications probably won't be going out as they normally should, because it is what it is, and it's YouTube, right? So we got a variety of things that I want to, talk about today. Quite a few, I'll say, right? One of the ones that I want to bring up here is the Travis Kelsey. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly, right? So you can clearly see I have to do this from two different screens, right? So you can clearly see, yo, Mark, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? Good afternoon to you. So as you can clearly see, I got to zoom this in for myself. Um, I didn't understand and I didn't know that the Travis Kelsey thing was a problem or an actual thing. I mean, technically, I knew it was a thing because I covered it before, but I didn't know that it seemed to be such a problematic type of deal when it, comes to who it is that he is dating, right? So you have this one woman here on Twitter by the name of Dr. Lauren Tamar, right? DePorres, right? Hopefully, if I mispronounced the name, my condolences, right? And you can clearly see that this is her Twitter. This is her, right? Went through college. She does the thing, right? She said that my best friend went to school with Travis Kelsey. His best friend is black, and according to her, he only dated black women. So this whole Taylor Swift thing is definitely, I, I'm just trying to figure out, right? I thought it was at a point in time where if a person was happy, they found somebody that they meshed with, that they wanted to be with, everybody else realistically should be happy for said person, right? It should just go down that road. Everybody should just go their separate ways and nobody should really, care. Nobody should really have anything negative to say directly about Travis Kelsey and his relationship with Taylor Swift. But she decided that she wanted to say a little bit more. She said also, Taylor Swift is a lady bountiful archetype, and I'm so tired of them showing her during the Super Bowl, right? And going through that comment section, some people have stated that out of the whole 4 hour duration of the Super Bowl, she only showed up for about what, a few seconds, maybe a minute or so out of a whole 4 hours. So to say that you're tired of actually seeing somebody, that's a little bit weird because it's like, did you actually watch the game? Did you actually watch the Super Bowl? Were you actually paying attention? You're going to see more commercials during the Super Bowl than actual video of Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Just saying. Again, Travis Kelsey is with somebody else. He has clearly moved on. He is with a woman that is worth $1 billion. I'm not sure where all of this quote unquote discomfort or analyzing is actually, coming from, right? So then you keep going. Another one said maybe they told him to unblack his image. She responded, but what's funny is he's from Cleveland Heights. He was socialized around nothing but black folks, and all of his closest friends are black. I just wonder how long this will last, right? Another person said, I mean, his siblings are very what, but his PR and the NFL do not give any F's at all. How he was socialized, just how he brings attention to himself, right? She replied, true. Dude right here said, y'all are coping and spiraling hard. Another person said, the Kim Kardashians dated mostly black men, but she is now dating a Caucasian male. You don't see black men losing any sleep. Sisters that talk black sure love them some Caucasian men. Somebody else also stated that also Travis Kelsey dealt with a Caucasian woman before. He allegedly cheated on Kayla Nicole, who is black, with one. Another person said, had no idea. So again, actually nothing much, Tippy. We actually just started. So the main thing I'm just going over here is that I ran past this lady who was a doctor, right? Dr. Lauren Tamar on Twitter. You can clearly see all the things that she has listed, directly on her profile, right? And she was basically, doing this think piece about Travis Kelsey with Taylor Swift. And from my perspective, I'm just as an ordinary guy out here, right? I'm just looking at the fact it's like, okay, so Travis Kelsey was around black people. Cool, great. Why does that automatically mean that he should automatically be dating black women? His friends are black, the community he grew up in is black, he went to school with black. Why does that automatically mean that they have some type of ownership over him and who it is that he dates? That's the thing that's a little bit baffling to me when I look at this thing here. Because again, he's a man at the end of the day, he's worth money. He plays the NFL. He can pick and choose whoever it is that he wants to sit up and date, or whoever basically fits whatever it is that he is doing. Obviously, it seems that Taylor Swift, he's a dude that's worth millions, probably hundreds of millions. Taylor Swift is a woman that's worth $1 billion. That matches up. I'm just saying that matches up. It shouldn't be this whole type of thing when it delves into Travis Kelsey's relationship with Taylor Swift. For me, as a black guy, it just don't make any sense. It makes no sense. Like, it's crazy to see more women like invested in who a supposed guy is basically dating or being married to versus their own actual lives and their relationships. Again, I'm just saying, like, for me, looking through Twitter, it's a little bit crazy. It is completely crazy. Like I said before, I didn't know that this was a type of thing that even actually mattered. And her post actually got like 4.3 million views. Woo! Crazy. Shout out to Mark, Black First Coffee. I'm about to turn on this heat. It is cold in this house at this moment. What is up, David? What is up? What is up? What is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. Right. So again, I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to showcase that I wasn't tripping when I saw this directly on Twitter. I just wanted to make sure that, matter of fact, let me make sure to bookmark this. I just wanted to, I can't bookmark that? Wait, hold on. Wow. Wait a minute. If I can't bookmark that, that means she must have deleted this. Wait, can I bookmark this? Okay, so I can bookmark that. I can't bookmark this. Huh. Nah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me just let me just do a little bit of scrolling, completely through, just so I can have this on record. Let me just do that, right? Okay. So I scrolled all the way through. So let me just make sure. Hold on. Give me a little bit of a second, because that's a little bit different. Let me refresh this. I know she didn't. Okay. No, it's still there. Okay, it's still there. I just had to make sure, because sometimes like stuff like that be happening. The moment in time that you can't usually like bookmark something and it takes it back, usually that means that people deleted their post or whatnot, but it's actually still here. So we can see the bookmark and everything like that. Tippy said, I was mostly around white people in school growing up, and guess what? Never been attracted to any dudes except for Henry Cavill and that guy who played Superman. You got Jensen Ackles, the guy who was on the boy. Yeah, he played Soldier Boy. You and also you forgot Omni-Man, Tippy. You forgot Omni-Man. Tippy said, I'm mostly attracted to black men. Doesn't matter the shape. No, like I said, I get that. But this whole thing, yo, what is up, Gail? Wait, Tippy said, I'm in white dude. Sorry, Sergi. Wait. Oh no, I get what you're saying. But no, but see, the whole thing that I'm saying is like it shouldn't even get to the point where this is like a serious peace on social media. Like and like I told you guys before, there's a ton of conversations that I've passed over on social media, and they stem just like this. They're in this exact same arena. And I'm like, why is this even a thing? I'm like, if this dude, like, let's say Machine Gun Kelly, right? Because I highlighted him before. If Machine Gun Kelly, like, yeah, is the woman, baby mama, or whoever, however you want to set up this, mother of his child, that he has, is that by way of a black woman. But as we can clearly see, he did not sit up there and try to get married to, or was married to, a black woman. It was Megan Fox. So, and people try to make a whole, think piece around that. They were really hyping up Machine Gun Kelly for a portion of a decade. They were really hyping him up. It's like, oh, every time he gets, around, black women and they're interviewing him, look at his energy. Oh, every time he talks about, black women, look at all the nice things that he says. And like I said, you can say something nice and then look at the actions. So, you see how far that basically got people, and then people just kept going and kept going. Started going to a Timothy Charlemagne, and started going to a Jack Harlow, and all these other types of guys. And I'm like, yo, those are guys at the end of the day, and they're going to date who it is that they want to sit up there and date. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to end up dating women who are reflective of them. They're going to 9 times out of 10 get married to women who are reflective of them and their communities. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And it shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't even be an actual think piece, and especially by somebody who is a doctor. Like, what is going on? Like, all of that education, and this is a focus of a topic? Out of all of the things going on in the economy, out of all the things that are going on in the black community, this right here that ended up getting 4.3, let's look at this together, guys. One post got 4.3 million views. Out of everything that you could have highlighted and talked about, this had to be the thing. 4.3 million views, man. Some more interesting, something that was actually more worthwhile could have actually gotten highlighted and could have been talked about. This wasn't it. Like, this just was not it. This was not it. Tippy said, I'm tired of hearing about Taylor and Travis. Timmy said it's February and the media is hyping them up. I'm not even mad. Like I said, this is America's couple. I'm not even mad. Before them, it was Tom Cruise and what's her name? Kim. What was the actress name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. They were in Eyes Wide Shut. Kim something. I forgot what her name was, but that used to be like the thing there. Like I said, the media is going to hype up their own. I am not even mad. I am not even mad, because this is them trying to sit up there and tell people it is okay to be who it is that you are, right? And then on top of that, it is okay to sit up there and love and marry your own people, right? This is what they're saying. And they're also trying to put out there like, yo, this is the image that we want, and we want y'all to create more kids. I get it. I have no problem with that. They are in control of the media. They are going to protect. They are going to publicize, celebrate their own. I'm not even mad at that. I am not mad, because I get it. I 100% get it, but this should also tell people why representation matters. Because for a lot of people that sit up there and think that representation doesn't matter or it shouldn't matter because we're all this and we're all American. Nah. That's all very good in thought. But in actuality, representation matters. If people are to basically get anything from the Travis Kelce and the Taylor Swift thing, it is that representation matters, and that America is going to sit up there and show you who it is that should be representing America and how the love should actually look like, right? Because I want people to understand that there are different messages that are being sent out. And I've been saying this, I've been noticing this for years, decades actually, because I just had a conversation with my mom, and she had told me how back when I was in high school, I was highlighting and noticing certain things. And this is when I'm a teenager and I'm looking at the commercials, I'm looking at the media, and this is what I'm observing, and I'm seeing the message at a young age. So it's like, if I'm able to see this in high school, how is it that everybody else is not able to see this? Because I told people before, like in the 2000s, I noticed how they started trying to push the whole narrative of black dudes and everybody else, right? I saw that, right? But it wasn't, in a sense, ultra heavy, right? It was a settled type of, sorry, not settled. It was a subtle type of thing, message that they would put out there, right? And that was in the early 2000s. And then later on, let's say like in '06, let's say '05 to about like a 2012, if not a little bit more type of thing. They went from that to start pushing commercials of black women in the media for food commercials, clothing commercials, not having a man. And I'm like, women don't notice this? I'm like, women aren't paying attention to the, how it is that they're being represented in the media, how every single time that they're going shopping, they're going to the market, they're going to get a car, they're purchasing a house, they're celebrating their success. They just got their degree. There is not a man present. Everybody else is there, but there's not a man present with them to celebrate these achievements or to, be a part of these different things that are taking place. And then especially when it deals with black women having kids. I can't tell you for how many decades I done seen representation in the media of black women primarily being by themselves, going shopping, buying, or spending time with kids. I'm like, okay, that's a black woman. I'm like, okay, those are black kids. I'm like, okay, so where's the father? I'm like, so you mean to tell me what y'all just couldn't find any black male commercial actors to fit the role? And this is why I said before that people got to understand that representation matters. There's a type of psychological warfare that is going on in and around you. So when you get bombarded with a ton of these advertisements, like I said, I'm on YouTube a lot, and I see the ads that are out there, and I see how it is that they're pushing this narrative of black women being with everybody else. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, hold on. I cannot be the only one that is seeing this. I can't be the only one that's noticing this. I'm like, so I done seen a multitude of commercials with like the United Nations, like black women literally with the United Nations in a multitude of commercials. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, the main time that I happen to see, quote unquote, a black woman with somebody who was black, they're African, they're Caribbean. So I'm like, hold on, let me get this straight. So in every single commercial, a black American woman is with somebody else from the United Nations. But if there is a melanated woman that is there and they're with somebody else who is melanated, they're either African or from the Caribbean. Gotcha. I got you. I see what's going on. Okay, no problem. And I'm like, nobody's saying nothing. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, this is blatant. And I'm like, it's in front of your face. It's two different things that's going on those commercials. Number one, they're sitting up there showing the strong, independent black woman. She can do anything. She can take care of the whole house and, several kids by herself without a man needing to be there. And then it's also given a stereotype of, hey, black men don't want to be fathers. Black men are never around. Black men abandon their children. Right? It's giving those two narratives at the same time. It's hyping up one and then it's talking down on another one, even without that person being present. Because like I said before, those are the messages that I've received since I've been watching these commercials for the longest time possible growing up. And people wonder why it is that we inevitably have conversations where we're talking about, oh, black men are never there. They always abandon. Yeah, because they're sitting up there giving you images. Because a lot of people always have these conversations and they're not actually talking from a perspective of their own. They're talking from somebody else's perspective or information that they seen or saw. Like I said, it's crazy. It is completely crazy directly out here. And I told people like, yo, the programming and the brainwashing out here is so strong that people don't even realize it. Like it's on autopilot. They don't even have to work that hard in order to publicize or to push certain narratives anymore. All they got to do is just put out one piece of information. That is it. That is it. Like I said, representation matters. Don't follow a lot of these people that sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, we're just all American. We all represent each other." No, we don't. No, we don't, because everybody has a different culture. Everybody has a different way of life. Like, no, no. Like I said, I'm not mad that the media is celebrating and publicizing Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, because I understand it, because it's coming from them wanting to see themselves and wanting to represent themselves in a positive light. I get it. I understand it. Don't fault them. And I don't see any problem with it. The problem that I do see, though, is how it is that Black people don't decide to take, pages out of other people's books and decide to want to do the exact same thing. Because it's amazing to me that whenever we want to really publicize somebody's relationship, we're publicizing the negative. We want to hype up all of the negative that is happening in that relationship, and then we want to demean and talk down about one person and then hype up the other person, right? Being quote unquote divisive, like some people like to say. But when you have positive Black relationships and positive Black marriages, nobody is trying to hype those up. Nobody's trying to do a thesis online, a dissertation online about those Black relationships. Nobody's trying to do that. Trust me, and I'm online probably more than a lot of people. I am there. I'm in the IGs. I am on the Twitters. I'm directly on the TikToks, looking through those comment sections, looking through those videos, and I don't see dissertations about Black relationships and how it is that they last so long and how it is that we can copy these things and people wanting to write books. No, that's not what I'm seeing. That is not what I'm seeing. Matter of fact, let me just put it to a whole nother perspective, right? Because we're dealing with, representation and how representation matters. So I want people to understand that this is the context that, we are in. Um, Let me see if I can actually. Well, why is this not looking how it should look? Let me see. Is it in? I think it's in this one. So there was an image that I passed over, right? I got to try to minimize this. It's a little bit difficult to do when you're working on two screens and your mic is at a certain area. It's a little bit difficult. Um, so let me just highlight this, right? And like I said, people are completely free to love whoever it is that they want to sit up there and do. But certain things I have to sit up there and highlight in order to let people know specifically what it is that I'm referring to and talk about. I think I was going to actually save this for a different video, but it fits within this when it deals with the representation, um, you know, aspect. Does it have the name of the book directly in there? Um, okay, okay. So let me just put this directly up there, right? So y'all should be able to see the image that I have in front of you, right? And we're dealing with like representation, right? So again, when it is that you have a Travis Kelsey and he's with Taylor Swift, let's go back to that, right? You got all of these thoughts and whatnot that people want to sit up there and say, right? But then I had to block out the word because YouTube and whatnot acts funny. So you got this book here. You got one book called Swirlers. You got another book called A White Man's Garden Tool, right? And a person did an interview with the book's author, right? Minnie Saints Alexander, right? And then you got another book called Brenda Jackson's An Honorable Seduction, right? So again, you got narratives that are being pushed and placed directly out here. And you don't have people writing these huge think pieces, directly on this type of media that is, specifically out there, right? So again, when I go back to this right here and I'm looking at the Travis Kelsey and the Taylor Swift, look like a good couple. Shouldn't even be a problem, shouldn't even be an issue. But yet it is, because the main demographic who owns the media, right, who's in control of the country, they want to basically just see themselves being happy, living happily ever after. They want to see both parties being rich and having money and just enjoying that wealth, enjoying that fame, enjoying that celebrity, right? Again, it shouldn't be a problem or issue because you know exactly where it comes from. That's them wanting to see themselves, right? Because even they themselves, even though, again, there's mixed messages out here, they're putting out a message of that everybody is equal, everybody is fine, everybody should just be able to love whoever it is that they want. But behind all of that, they're showing you what they really want. They're showing you what it is that they really think and what they really want to see when they keep publicizing and pushing in front of you Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Like I said, it's two different messages, but you got to look at the actions, right? Again, two different messages. You got them pushing Black women to be a part of the United Nations with every other group of men directly out here and publicizing that. They especially are, putting Black women with other men who are here directly in America in a multitude of, commercials. But action wise, during one of the biggest, nights and also before that, whenever they had just a snapshot of them going out or whatnot, they made sure to put that front page. They're pretty much almost treating them like the Royals in a sense. Like there used to be a point in a time when I forgot one of the sons who got married to the other girl who's over there up there in Europe. Not Meghan Markle, the other one. I think it's William. Yeah, Harry is the young one. William is the oldest one. Yeah. Whenever William got married to the other girl, it was like, yeah, they were pushing that everywhere, especially in America. Yo, you were seeing that all over magazines. Everybody was magically talking about it. The media they were really pushing it, right? So again, two different messages, but you got to pay attention to the actions. And I think that people tend to miss that when a lot of these things are getting, placed, directly out there. Yo, Andy, what is up? What is up? Much love and appreciation to you and yours out there in the UK. What is up, Nook Nook? What is up? What is up? What is up? Black First said spin cycles. Andy G said television. Tippy said I don't watch TV except for WWE Elimination Chambers next Saturday. Of course, you just had to put that out. We got Sham in the building. We got Ty in the building. What is up? What is up? What is up? Tippy said, I don't know if you haven't noticed, but I think the media are now trying to push Black men and Asian women together. I saw a few commercials, plus Donald Glover got a movie coming out with a Asian lover. That's not really going to move anything. Because 9 times out of 10, even when it deals with Asian women, they're going to be with somebody who is of their country, right? Language, whatever you want to sit up there and put it. Some of the ones that might move around, I would sit up there and state maybe Indian women, because of how you got the caste system and colorism directly over there, and how you have some of the more melanated Indian women. They're not really looked at as beautiful or seen as beautiful, by the rest of their nation. So those might be some of the ones that might move around, but that'll probably take about a good 20 years. I put it because things ain't really, it's not like you really have like a huge immigration of like Indians coming over. So I would say that would probably take about like 15 to 20 years to really see any type of like actual movement in that area, because to my knowledge, there's not a huge demographic in America of Indians here. So they're not really going to push that. You got a nice demographic of Asians here, but even still with that, you're still dealing with two, separate groups and ethnicities. So Asian people usually stay in Asian communities. Black people usually stay in Black communities or multicultural communities. So that's still going to be very far and in between. Because it's like literally, if an Asian woman wanted to find a Black guy, she would have to leave her community to go find that Black guy. Same thing with a Black dude. He would have to literally leave his community to go find, that Asian woman in whatever, state that, she's in or whatnot. So they can try to push that, but it's not really going to be, nothing's really going to happen, with that one, right? They got two main staples that they really try to use, which is Black women with the United Nations, or Black guys just with certain women here in America. That's pretty much it. Those are the only two narratives that they can actually successfully keep pushing and actually make money off of, and generate some type of talk directly off of those things. And like I said, when it came to those commercials, I wasn't the only one to sit up there and notice that, because I remember in the 2000s I would see True Americans in the comment section deciding to talk about it. It was like, yo, why is the media trying to push this certain type of narrative? I'm like, yeah, I was like, I know if I'm able to say, I know for damn sure y'all able to see it. And they were talking about it. But now it's like, because it's it's normal just to sit up there and see it in commercials. It's whatever now. It's still people still talk about it, but they're not talking about it as much as they, as they used to, right? So again, they're getting people used to, certain types of things. Again, they're using psychological warfare directly out here in order to normalize and get people used to, certain, types of things and all this other type of stuff and yada 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 yada, right? But then now that brings me into the next thing here, right? And I want to just give a shout out to Chris Brown. There's a lot of, I'm just going to be very specific when I state this. There's a lot of Black women out there that do not like Chris Brown, and that stems from 15 years ago, right? Chris Brown, when he was young, he got into a back and forth with Rihanna. They were driving, and yeah, again, they were young. And the main thing that I tried to point out to people and that other people tried to point out to these women is the fact that Chris Brown was young when this happened. And then later on, even Rihanna, she was like, yo, she basically forgave the dude or whatever. They forgave each other or however it was, and they were fine and dandy. But for whatever reason, you still have a lot of women that want to live for Rihanna. They want to basically speak for Rihanna. They want to try to bring this up every single time. Like, oh, you know what Chris Brown sat up there and did to Rihanna? How dare you sit up there and still support him? If you support or like Chris Brown's music as a man, that means that you are for DV against Black women and da 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 da, right? So what happened was that Chris Brown, right, has done a lot of things over the years, right, musically. And he had an AMA tribute to Michael Jackson pulled last minute for unknown reasons, right? And then you had the whole thing at the BET Awards, right? And now you have this one to the right side of the screen. Chris Brown said, I was asked by the NBA to play in the All-Stars game this year, only for them to call later and say they couldn't do it because of their sponsors like Ruffles. At this point, I'm sick of people bothering me and I'm tired of living in the effing past. I posted the email so y'all can see. The NBA is still trying to get me to come and sit courtside, not effing happening, right? So then the smaller print said that Chris Brown drops Air Jordan sneaker design and claims that Nike won't work with him, right? And so then underneath that, you see two different things. So in the IG comment to the very far right, it says from Chris Brown official, Dublin was amazing. Love y'all. Somebody else replied. They said, when are you performing at the Super Bowl? We need you at the next one. Chris Brown replied. He said, never. America media ain't for me. Rather be where I'm welcome. So like I said before, it's only in America where Chris Brown is trying to like really move past. Like he did his community service, he served his time, he did the things that he was supposed to sit up there and do. But you have a lot of women out here that still want to see him and deem him as a criminal. They still want to hold him to this certain type of thing, which is crazy to me. Right, you want this dude to just sit up here and like suffer and to just like not exist ever again. And it's like it's weird to see so many women put so much energy into this, into Chris Brown of a man that they don't even like, quote unquote, find attractive or whatnot or whatever. But yet you don't put this much energy into your own relationship. You don't put this much energy into the men who basically failed you and your feelings, who failed to support you, who failed to sit up there and actually love you. Like, it's crazy to me. A lot of women don't even put this much energy into the fathers that abandon them. I'm a little bit confused on how it is that this actually works. This dude is 30-some years old with a child. He's not 19. We're not dealing with the like in the 2000. Like what are we doing? Because this is how crazy it is. Because a lot of women will sit up there and say like, "Oh well, you know, it's not just about that. It's about DV and it's about protecting women." Let me show you how much women actually care about protecting women. So these were some guys who have DV cases against them, right? They got documentaries and everything, right? Dr. Dre leads energetic Super Bowl halftime show, right? But we all know Dr. Dre has had some issues with women, correct? Or so we can remember. And then we got Ozzy Osbourne, right? Ozzy Osbourne, deeply honored to be up for his second Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nomination. And then directly underneath that, right, you see the image, right? Let me pull that up for y'all, right? So let me go back to the Dr. Dre, right? Today in hip hop history, Dr. Dre assaults D Barnes in Hollywood Club 31 years ago, right? And then next to that, Ozzy Osbourne says, everything was peaceful the night he tried to take the life of Sharon Osbourne back in 1989. So it's amazing to me. Let me just go back to this again, right? We got Chris Brown here, black man, young black man who served his time, donated money, was also bringing awareness about, DV and all this other type of stuff, right? And he also stated to you what he was able to witness when he was growing up, the household that he came in. And inevitably that, that came down to the situation that he had with, Rihanna. They were both, being combative, like in the vehicle. It wasn't just a one-sided type of thing, like a lot of women would basically have you make you think. Rihanna forgave this dude. But the rest of the women decided not to forgive the dude, even though the woman that was in it forgave him. And I still see, and the funniest thing is, it was about 3 days ago, I saw women re-bringing up the image of Rihanna on social media. I'm like, I only see this happen to black dudes. And I'm like, I specifically see this happening with Chris Brown. And I'm like, how does this happen? Why is this like, you're not interested in Chris Brown. You don't like him. You don't like his music, whatever. So why are you still talking about him? 15 years ago. When's the last time you seen your biological father? When's the last time you actually seen your child's father or your children's fathers? I'm a little bit confused. More energy into this man in trying to keep him held down to this certain type of, I don't even know what the hell to call it at this moment in time, but you're trying to hold him there. But yet, again, you got this. Why aren't these same women talking about Dr. Dre? But I bet you they got like a Beats pill, or they got Beats by Dre, earbuds and all this up. But you're talking about you care about DV though. Okay. Then you got Ozzy Osbourne. What happened? How come these same women ain't talking about Ozzy? He literally tried to take the life of his wife. But women out here talking about they care about DV, and they're just trying to bring awareness and trying to make sure that people know and never forget what Chris Brown did to Rihanna. Why aren't you doing this to all of the other men that are celebrities as well? Huh? What was the guy that I covered? Chad Wheeler? Didn't he perform DV? How come I don't see women still bringing that up on Twitter? Crazy how that works. Crazy how that works. That's not the point that I'm saying, Tippy. The point that I'm saying is this. I'm looking at two different fronts of Chris Brown being attacked. Number one, we of course, for those who basically know, you got the Jay-Z effect, right? And during those times when that happened, Jay-Z had like wrote something on Twitter. I forgot, or IG, I forgot what it was. He had wrote something. I remember, but I don't have it specifically in front of me, right? It was some vague, type of things and all this other type of stuff when it dealt with, Rihanna and all this yada, 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 right? So behind the scenes, yeah, you got the media sitting up there doing that. You also got the Jay-Z effect directly out there, even though Rihanna is clear-cut married. She's on her second child. She's happy, living her best life. She ain't even on this situation. It's everybody else. And one of the main driving forces that I want you to understand, Tippy, beyond the media recently trying to like cancel and do all of this, like Chris Brown, you had a lot of black women in the background that were at the forefront of this. I think I even showcased this in some live stream years ago on Twitter on how you would just see all of these things where black women were just posting all of this stuff about Chris Brown and yada yada yada. He's not a good person. He's not a good guy. He deserves whatever he gets and all this. I'm like, where is this even like? What are we doing right now? How are you more mad about a situation than the woman that was in the situation? How? How? Like, I'm confused. No, Tippy, I get what you're saying. He was like, black women don't care about share. No. The point that I'm making is a lot of black women online said that they highlight what Chris Brown did because they care about women having to go through DV, and it should never be forgotten. But as I stated before, it's real selective. If you are a man like Chad Wheeler, who ended up performing DV against a black woman ain't gonna have nothing to say. That's why you don't even see a post up here dealing with Chad Wheeler, because they don't legitimately care. It's only specific when it deals with certain types of black men. Chris Brown is one of those certain types of black men. Again, I don't know if Dr. Dre has performed community service, all this other type of stuff, yada, 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 whatnot, or whatever, so far, whatever, right? But this is the main thing that I've continuously seen. Let me just do it this way. This is the main thing that I've continuously seen with Chris Brown countless times over the year. Like, they're literally playing with this dude continuously. And this is why I don't get mad. Like, if Chris Brown wanted to be like, yo, I'm not performing no more in the United States, I'm just going to be performing like over there in Europe. Like I said, I get it. You go over there and get your money. I am not even mad at you. Go get your money. Like he stated before, I'm only going to go where I'm appreciated. America is not really appreciative of Chris Brown. I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to be honest. If you look at Chris Brown back when he first came out, like at the height of his career before like a Rihanna, oh yeah, everybody loved Chris Brown all over the place. Posters, whatnot, or whatever, girls screaming, yada, yada, yada. After the Rihanna, after that one incident, magically, America in unison hated Chris Brown. And I'm just going to be real. Because that's what I've seen and noticed. Like, it's a complete difference. It is a complete difference in the amount of energy and how it is that people basically speak on and talk about Chris Brown. When he first came out to now. And all it took was one incident. And they ran that incident into the ground. And not only that, you had other people working on social media on their own free time, on their own dime, doing the exact same thing that the media, who is money driven, is out here doing. That's my point, Tippy. You said that I'm saying that women that don't like Chris Brown don't have the power to cancel his shows, cancel his tours, or whatever. White people control all of that. So you're telling me that black women don't have no type of control on nothing. Tippy. Come on now. Tippy said, well, what Chad Wheeler is doing now, black women did come. No, they didn't. No. The same way that they're coming, the same way that they've been coming for Chris Brown for 15 years. No, they were not coming after Chad Wheeler like that. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, I can. Whoo, lady. Remember, you've been here long enough where I covered the things dealing with Chad Wheeler. And I pointed out to you on social media how it was dead silent by even the divestors on not really sitting up there talking about this continuously, how it should have been talked about. And I've listed other incidences where the same things have taken place and it was pretty much dead silent. But yet, if you bring Chris Brown up, magically everybody's perking up. Like they done took some speed and now everybody got a lot to say. Everybody got a lot to mention. Debbie said, when was the last time you heard about Chad Wheeler? Pretty much the last time I covered it, because the last time they talked about Chad Wheeler, it was some type of a rescheduled or a mistrial. So yeah, like I said, there should be women out there bringing that up. If women actually care about DV, start bringing up Chad Wheeler. Start talking about that. Do that. You know. And then we're going to go to this image, right? So in the I got to actually go to another picture just to highlight this because I can't even actually see this properly. I gotta scroll all the way to the far end. Okay, there we go. So in one of the images that we got directly up here, it says an image of the uniform this year's game with him being on Lil Wayne's team. He will be in the blue uniform, right? So these are the emails that he was talking about, that Chris Brown is talking about, right? They said in the next one, they said NBA All-Star 2024 welcomes Chris Brown. Welcome to the NBA All-Star Weekend. We are thrilled that you will be part of this weekend, right? And it shows you the venue, the event, ESPN All Celebrity Game, show date, and they got some other stuff directly down there. And in the third image, it says, I was asked by the NBA to play in the All-Star game this year, only for them to call later and say that they couldn't, right? Because of the sponsors and yada, yada, yada. And again, I appreciate it. So, like I said, they're playing with this dude literally publicly. They're making fun of it and playing with this dude publicly on purpose. And it's allowed to basically take place and happen. The only I'm going to be real. You might have like a few amounts of women out there, black women that support Chris Brown, that love Chris Brown, but you got a whole bunch others that have been making it their job for 15 years to be on social media to continuously make posts about this dude, and those posts generate views. So what I'm saying is that these types of things, they have an effect. Like I said, I'm on social media. I do this. So as I can sit up there and tell you that when people happen to get views, like the one lady I showed you, she had like 3 million people that basically viewed her post. That's a lot of people. Like that's a lot of people that's looking at the opinion of one person and then, spreading that opinion to other people. Because again, 4.3 million is a lot. Then you got to think about the shares and the comments and all the other type of stuff and yada 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 and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. Tippy said, black women don't have the power to cancel or control what Caucasian men own. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I got you, Tippy. No problem. I got you. So, Tippy, who were the people that got Biden into office? I'm just gonna ask that question. If anybody can tell me what group of women got Biden into office, write that in the comment section for me, because I covered it. I did videos. I might have even did a live stream about it, and I sat up there and gave a very nice warning about that. Gave a very, very nice warning about that too. So if anybody knows, let me know who are the people that were stated to have gotten Biden directly into office, who were going around in their states stumping hard for Biden. Who were the women that Biden congratulated when he won? That's all I'm saying. Because I know for a fact that black women have an effect. I would never sit up here and state that black women don't have a type of effect. Case in point, what's the one lady, she came up with the uh, uh um I think it was like honeypot. Let me go look her name up because I don't want to misspeak. Let me see. Should be honey pot. Yeah, I think that should be, let me see, honeypot creator. Yeah, Patrice Dixon. And I think I covered. Yeah. It's the same lady. Yeah. So when Honey Pot was just getting placed into stores, right? Let me get y'all this image real quick. Wait, how did it just swap the image? Wow, so it does that just because you don't want to sign up for their, that's so stupid. So let me just do it this way, right? Uh capture visible part. And it didn't capture the visible part. You have to be kidding me. All right, so it's not doing that, which is a little bit weird. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do here, right? To show you the effect that black women innocence have, right? This is Miss Patrice, right? And she is the black woman that came up with honeypot, right? And the reason why she was successful is because of the backing of a lot of black women, right? So you can clearly see, well, it didn't like show. Wait, can I move up? Yeah. So in the image right here, this is like one of the images that I had up on a video that I did. It was like a year or so ago, right? I think this is her and her husband, I think. And this is her looking at the stock that they put up in Target. Like she literally had, her own. Yeah, this is back in 2020, right? And she said in this one article, it was like founder spotlight, Honeypot CEO grateful for the hate mail pushback, 3/16/2020, right? She got hate mail from a quote unquote Karen and all of this other type of stuff, right? But again, black women enabled this to be a thing. Black women caught on the fact that, yo, this is honeypot. This is like all natural. It doesn't have all of the chemicals that, basically mess with our body and all this other. And black women were sitting up there really supporting. They were the driving force directly behind that. And because of black women, Miss Patrice was able to let me make sure that I get this correct before I sit up there and let me see, make sure I get that. Yeah. Okay. So let me put that back up there, right? So because of black women, it said you type in honeypot creator sales company, right? It says, did the honeypot seller sell their company? Feminine care brand, the honeypot was entered into a deal to be acquired by Compass Diversified for 380 million, excluding working capital and certain other adjustments upon closing. The honeypot will continue to be led by its current management that includes co-founder and CEO Patrice Dixon. So that was as of January 19th of 2024. So she, because of black women coming out and supporting her company, basically grew to the fact of that others out there saw it. It was like, oh, you seem to be doing pretty well out here. Let us just sit up there and hand you some money you never basically seen before. We're willing to sit up there and buy your company for 380 million. She sold and she sat up there and got 380 million. And now because of that, you got black people online that are also mad at her for selling. And I'm like, how do we get here? How do we get here? But my whole main point is this. Um, Black women do have power. Black women do have control. Black women have a crazy amount of money. You might not, specifically see it. Black women have a crazy amount of actual, pull and whatnot. I'm talking about together, right? Together. When black women actually like get together and they're focused directly on something and they're trying to get that done, they can sit up there and get that shit done. We've seen this before. So I myself, knowing and being on social media and being able to witness a multitude of things out here, I cannot sit up there and say that black women don't have any power, that they don't have no type of control, because they do. They do. Like it is out there and it is present. I didn't know it was actually going to like reverb directly back to that threw me off. So when I flipped the Streamlab, sit up there and went directly back, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Sham said, I don't know. To me, the culture has changed a lot. I don't really like gossip and drama too much. I feel the women who do that stuff are that type of women. Andy Yee said it wasn't such big news in Britain. Tippy said the older white families who control everything, you think it's black women. Again, Tippy, I'm talking about America. I'm talking about America. This is why I brought up the example of Biden. The main ones that got congratulated on getting Biden into office, and even Biden said it himself, he congratulated black women. He thanked black women for the work and the job that they did. Black women were on social media all over the place, was sitting up there specifically telling people, like, yes, Biden is in office due to the work and the energy of black women stumping for Biden. I literally got video. I literally have video of black women saying this, and I'm talking about these are prominent black women in the political space. And then black women had to start going into a fight mode when it dealt with women of other communities coming in and saying, like, oh no, we were the reason, our votes and our women were the reason that Biden got into office. And black women had to push back, was like, no, no, sit this one out. Y'all didn't do this, we did. So, so that's what I'm saying. Let me see. Edward, what is up? What is up? You said Beulah from Fiji. Whoa. You talking about somebody's from Fiji on here, or are you talking about you? Let me know. But much love if you are from Fiji or whatnot. Much love, respect, and appreciation to you and yours down there in Fiji. What is up? Shout out to y'all. Tibby said the one who controls Biden put him there. It's not just black women. Black men voted for Biden too. Tippy, you are correct. Black men did vote. And this is when I showed you directly online of actual video of a black woman who was in the political space. They were literally arguing and stating that black men don't vote. This was the main thing that everybody was saying. They were saying that black men don't vote, black men don't get out there, right? And that the overwhelming vote directly out there is of black women. So it's like, yes, you are correct. Black men do vote. But when you go back and you look at a lot of that footage from the time of Biden's election, when you had the whole divisiveness in between black men and black women and who's voting and who's doing that, people were sitting up there saying that black men don't vote. Black men don't contribute to nothing. Again, Biden himself congratulated black women. He didn't congratulate black men. He didn't congratulate the black community. Black women themselves were congratulating themselves on social media. It wasn't black men doing it. It was black women. So that's what I'm sitting up here saying. I'm not going to sit up here and say that black women don't have a type of push or pull. They don't have any type of a power to make things happen and whatnot or whatever. Like that'd be crazy to say. Like, just imagine if I decided to say that. Tippy said, yes, I know, but her products are in what store? Who owns Target? This is getting off topic. Don't bring Honey Pot into this. She is innocent. No. I don't have no. The reason I'm sitting up here bringing this up is showing the fact that black women do have power to make things happen. The only reason that Honey Pot was able to she was able to get that $380 million life forever changing money was because of what black women initially did, how black women initially supported. And you see where that support basically got that black woman, got that black family. That's what I'm saying. I'm listing those three different things, those three different instances to show that black women do have power. They do have a type of say, a type of push and pull and, different stuff like that. No, I'm going back to the comment that you said before. You said, Seji, I'm saying that I think you were trying to say black women, but you type is specifically saying that, Seji, I'm saying women that don't like Chris Brown don't have the power to cancel his shows, cancel his tours, or whatever. White people control all of that. I'm going off of that comment that you said, right? And I'm just trying to reinstate that if black women wanted to sit up there and get somebody canceled, they can sit up there and get somebody canceled. It's not like it is impossible for that to sit up there and happen. Trust and believe. It can sit up there and happen. Trust and believe. Now, you might not be able to get men of other nationalities canceled, but for damn sure, let it be a quote unquote black man. Oh yeah, you can sprinkle a whole bunch of stuff directly on there. Tippy said it wasn't just black women, though, Seji. Black men, white men, and women at that time thought Biden was a good choice. You said, of course, you're going to see mainly black women on the media. Daniel said, how do we know Honeypot didn't get a hostile takeover? I mean, we don't know. She would have to be the one to do I still have that up there? I would actually have to flip it back. She would have to be the one to specifically come out and basically say if it was a hostile takeover or not. 380 million is a lot of money. I understand why it is that she sold. No problem. You can do whatever you want to sit up there and do now. You don't have to work a day. You don't have to invent. You don't have to do nothing for the rest of your life. Literally 380 million. I'm pretty sure, irregardless, a lot of people will sit up there and say this. A lot of people say, like, yo, I got integrity, I got this, I got that. A lot of people are not going to turn down $380 million, knowing the fact that this can forever change the life of your family. You can go out there and just be solely off grid. Nobody even has to know who you are at this moment in time. You can build, you can buy, you can do whatever it is that you want to specifically do. And again, a lot of people are not going to turn down 380 million. A lot of people have never even seen $1 million. So then just imagine getting offered 380 million for something that you created. And I want to note that all of this took place all within the realm of like 4 years. So that should also let people know, like, yo, anything is possible in 4 years. This woman went from like the brand, the small independent brand that she had, to now $380 million, literally overnight. Anything is possible. So again, I want people to, keep certain things directly, in mind. Gail says, so true. Sham said, I think we as Black women do have a lot of political weight. However, when it comes to dragging Black men, I think we get used more as a tool by white people than having a force. Yeah. It's easy to basically allow and to have that happen. It's easy. Like I said, the old machines of yesteryear that used to, portray Black men in a certain light, that want to tell, certain types of, they don't have to put out those machines no more. All they have to do is make a social media platform and allow Black women who feel a certain type of way about Black men air out their grievances. And you'll see, and it'll draw in fields of other Black women. You can literally create if anybody wanted to create a platform and basically just have that be the thing, they will be very, very successful. Very successful. They will be ultra successful. Like, the amount of money that they would get is crazy. You've had Black female content creators who have literally created content like that, and they were hugely successful, still hugely successful to this day. So, like I said, there's money behind everything. And the main thing is, you can make so much money talking negative and saying negative things about Black men. Everybody can literally do it. Black men can't really, in a sense, make that much money. Everybody else can, though. Everybody else can. But like I said before, there's money to be had. I agree directly with Sham, and this is something that I stated before, and I tried to tell Black women, like, hey, it seems like y'all really getting used in order to, portray and to do the work, for other people. And, like I said, after so many years and decades of online social media being out there, you starting to see exactly what it is. But it's like, it's basically at the point of being too late. The point to turn a lot of that stuff around was, some time further back down the road. It's like, now you got to keep going. You're in between two mountains now, no way to turn around, no way to do a U-turn, no way to even get out of your car and even walk back into a previous direction. You got to keep going in this direction now. And it's like, it's crazy. Andy said the sisters have a mass of power. Just look at the fashion. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. The fashion and the makeup industry. Yo, Black women are driving forces. Driving forces. Like, it is crazy. Just even dealing with the field of like beauty, when it deals with like hair and makeup. Yeah, Black women be driving a lot. A lot. Look at what Rihanna set up there and did with what it is that she created. Like I said, black women got, like I said, I would never in my life sit up there and say, you know, anything to the effect. I couldn't. I would get crucified. I would get crucified. Just look at the fashion industry, what they wear what I mean. If there wasn't this crab in a bucket mentality, then the sky would be the limit. Yeah, black women would be like crazy. Black women would literally be the ultimates out here when it deals with like fashion and the fashion industry. This is how crazy it is, right? Because of the moves that black women have made in fashion, like even just go back to like the early 90s. Look at how women are dressing today who are not black. Women from like Africa and so on and so on. A lot of that stuff you see it, it's like, yo, you looking at the hairstyles and all this. I'm like, yo, that's from like black women in America. And I'm like, damn, I'm like, it's crazy. It is crazy to just see like how stuff, spreads out over time. Like at one point in time, the stuff that the way that black women had their hair, like the earrings, the makeup, the clothes, all of that was deemed as a negative. And then now you start to see it for what it is now. And now you got people over in Africa, you got people in the islands, you got people in other areas and around the world, dressing the same way that black women used to dress in the 90s and the early 2000s. Right. And I remember the stuff that people were saying on social media about how it was that black women were sitting up there dressing. And it wasn't nothing too nice. But now everybody else is sitting up there doing it. And now it's something nice. Right. It's crazy. Daniel said, I don't think it was black women who got Chris Brown canceled from the NBA All-Star Weekend. The white media and Jay-Z are helping push the propaganda. Black men, women beaters using Breezy as a face. No, I agree. And I also touched on that as well. That's why I said in the earlier fact, when I was referring back to Tippy's comment, I'm saying, yeah, you do got the media out here, but you also got the Jay-Z effect, right? And I was trying to list the comment that Jay-Z had, but I don't have it specifically, on me. But there was a specific comment that was made, towards that whole thing dealing with, Chris Brown and whatnot. People might be able to do some digging and go on the gossip sites and find it. I don't really feel like spending time to really look for that one thing at this moment. But the main thing that I was saying though is it's one thing for the media to every now and again to like basically put it up there in order to keep that person marked and in order to make money specifically from it. But the main thing that I'm trying to point out to people is that the other people who are doing this for 15 years consistently, I'm talking about they're doing this, they're staying on him more than the media. And that's why I brought up the fact that the media is being paid. People in the media are being paid to push this narrative about Chris Brown, to keep this negative thing directly out there. But you got people who are not being paid, people who got 9-to-5 jobs, people who got kids and everything else, been making it their job for 15 straight years to talk about Chris Brown in a negative light freely, no matter what he does, always bringing up the Rihanna thing, no matter what he's doing with his daughter, going out celebrating time with her, bringing up the thing with Rihanna. He's in a whole nother relationship. We're going to bring up the things with Rihanna. He got a brand new album coming out. I've seen this every single time Chris Brown brings out an album. I'm not looking at the mainstream media talking about, oh, Chris Brown beat Rihanna. Nah, it's average women, 9-to-5s that's putting that directly out there. Every album. Like, it's crazy. Like, that's what I'm referring to. That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully that might have, clarified some things for some, some people, directly out there. Andy said, determination, drive, will, and desire is all it takes to be successful. I do have that belief there, Andy. I do have that belief, but I also do realize that there is a such thing as who you know. Such as you got like a lot of rich kids out here who can just be successful because they're around other people that are willing to just support them because they know who it is that they are in the family and the name that they have. Right. And I've seen that a multitude of times. You got a lot of non-talented rich kids out here, but they made it they made their own brand and whatnot because of their last name, because of who their parents are, because of who they are associated with. So yeah, you do got, the drive and the will, the determination and desire. That is true. But it's also who you know. We cannot leave that directly out there, because there are a lot of uneducated people in job positions of which somebody who is educated and needs several degrees should actually be in. But they got in there because of family. They got in there because of connections. They got in there because of friends. So that's another part of the world too. We cannot forget that. Sham said it doesn't help either when black media went from portraying black men as successful, loving family men like Family Matters to baby daddies on reality TV. The funniest thing is, that was something that I've noticed. You can go back to the early 90s to really start seeing that. Like the whole representation of like a baby daddy type thing take place. You can go back and look at like the Morris, the Ricky Lakes, the Montels, who else am I missing? Jerry Springer. I think I list Maury. I don't think I said Maury. You got Maury as well. You also got the Tyra Banks show. You got quite a bit of shows that were doing the work of, yeah, we're gonna make sure to highlight and show black men as this one thing for over 30 years, and then we're gonna make sure to show black women as this for over 30 years. And people can start to see what this has started to culminate into. If the messages 30 years ago were vastly different, I promise you the interactions and the conversations that black men and women would be having online at this moment in time would be vastly different. Vastly different. And that's the terrible part. It's like I at a young age was witnessing and watching this happen. But again, me being that young, there's nothing that I myself can actually do about how grown adults are specifically talking about one another. The only thing that I can do is just make sure that I wasn't in that conversation. I could just make sure that I wasn't a part of those situations. That's all I could do, and that's what I made sure to do. But it's terrible to know that you got adults during that time that really wasn't doing nothing, that really didn't care, that allowed that narrative to be there for 30 years for black men and black women, and didn't really try to shut it down, but yet kept engaging with it. And now we all see what happened. And I promise you, even with pointing that out, history is going to repeat itself. So again, we can know the problem, we can have the solution, and history is still going to repeat itself yet again. And I know it will. Because the other thing how I know that history is going to repeat itself is because people find comfort in failure. A lot of people find comfort in what it is that they're used to. If at this moment in time you had a nice amount of black people working on changing the narrative, and they were actually doing it, not just talking, but they were walking in directly in that action, you would have a lot of other black people that would have a problem with those black people trying to fix and be the solution to a problem. And there will be discourse in between the people that like it the way that it is and the people that's trying to sit up there and change it. Like I said, it's crazy out here. It's very, very crazy directly out here. Daniel said there is no such thing as black media. Um, I will put it to you like this. I say that I'm a part of the new black media. That's because we are telling the story or the information from our point of view. We're giving people the information not from, in a sense, a 100% media point of view, because there's a multitude of news stories that I've done not related to black people where I've brought out more information than what the actual mainstream media gave directly to you. So when we say black media, we're talking about, well, at least from my point of view, from my understanding. um and let me say not we. When I say black media, I'm talking about from the perspective of actually doing this. You're going out there and trying to find more information. You're not just trying to solely 100% rely on the information that mainstream media is given to you. And then on top of that, it's coming from the point of view of somebody black, everyday, average, Black person that is giving their point of view, there's giving their opinion, that's giving, other, information on top of the story that mainstream gives you. Like I said, I would have to look back through the videos that I've done. I think I got altogether about like 4K videos. I I would have to look back and showcase the videos where I've literally done this. So, like I said, I get if you feel from a perspective of ownership where you're like, well, what black, news companies or media companies, do we really have? And I get that. That's all cool. But that doesn't take away from the fact of you have black people either on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, IG, Facebook, wherever, that are spending their time and their energy to deliver news to people that might not even be aware. There's been a multitude of times I've done stories throughout the 50 states, and black people have literally come to me underneath videos or live streams and be like, "Yo, Seji, I didn't know nothing about this story, and I live in this state. I'm not. I'm like a few blocks away, and I didn't hear nothing about this." So, just a little bit of food for thought. Just a little bit of food for thought. You also said Riri's Fenty Beauty isn't black owned, it's a white company licensing Rihanna's last name to sell their products. Well, I'll put it to you like this. At the end of the day, as you stated, it's not a black company. Cool. They leveraged a black person's name and image in order to sell it. Cool. What we all do know is without Rihanna being the poster child for that company, the company would not be worth what it is worth. That is a fact. Because before that Fenty line, before he did all of that, before Rihanna was associated, I didn't know nothing about this. It was not even a household name. You didn't see fields of black women sitting up there wearing it and modeling, this stuff. The same thing with the makeup. You didn't see black women sitting up there all over this. So, hey, it's cool. It's cool. Gail said big facts. Annie G said, Gail, so many great black fashionistas out there, talented fashion architects that just need that one chance to shine. Dane said, Pat McGrath should be getting loved by black women when it comes to makeup, not Riri. I mean, people pick and choose. People pick and choose, who it is that they want to support, who it is that they love. I'm just gonna, go with the Chris Brown effect. You only go where you are loved. So if you're not in a sense getting appreciated for the work that you're doing, obviously you might have to sit up there and move elsewhere to, get that appreciation and to get that money. Like I said, I don't know what to sit up there and tell people. I don't know, what to tell people. Dang set racism always plays a part in black success. The struggle is real. This is true. This is true. Dan, good afternoon, Seji. Uh, excuse my matters. No problem. Much love, respect, and appreciation. Dan, much love, respect, and appreciation, and good afternoon to you as well. Andy said, Seji, hard work is the key. Yes, nepotism can play a huge part of success, but unless you've got the stones, you still fail. This is the thing though. I've seen nepotism firsthand at a job that I worked where again I was working in grocery, right? And like I told y'all before, I had my supervisor at the time, family man, Haitian. And he was sitting up there telling me, he was like, yo, Seji, you could be, I like the way you work. Cause he was, working with me. I've been working with him for, some years. I think this was like my close to like my third year and whatnot. And he was like, "Yo, says you doing pretty good work, man. It's like I see what you're doing. Okay, it's like you should try to go for overnight supervisor." He's like, I really think that you could do it. I think you can do it, right? Also, I think he was trying to just retire, and I think for him, he wanted somebody that was reflective to basically take the role. He wasn't. He knew like other guys there that were also good workers too, but they were not black, right? And he was looking at me. He was like, "Yo, I've been working with you. You've been here for a long time. You know how the store works. You know where all the products are. You could easily do the supervisor job, and you could easily do it. Like this could be, you." And for me during that time, I saw a lot of the things that go on behind the scenes and how things work. And I'm like, this is not really what I would want to do for a supervisor position. It's like you have control, but you don't really have the control that you really want. And then as I stated before, the way that I work, like I critique and I go hard on myself. So that's the same way that I would go on other people, and people are like, "No, that's wrong to do. You can't do that. Everybody is different." Well, I'm like, this is why I'm not in a manager position, because if I go hard on myself and I know that I'm failing or I'm not doing the things I'm supposed, I'm going to be doing that exact same shit to other people because I got to motivate myself every single day. And I'm like, I don't got time to see people doing less than what I am, and we're supposed to be doing the same job. Then you need to like not be here. Like that's the type of personality I have. Like I don't got time for bullshit. Like if we actually got to do work, we got to sit up there and do work. I'm not trying to hear excuses. I'm not trying to hear nothing. It's like, yo, you either here or you're not here. That's it. I don't care what other stuff that you got on, going outside. Like, yo, that's cool. You got kids, that's a personal problem. Yo, you got wife problems, that's a personal problem. You got this, that, and the third, that's a personal problem. All of those are situations of your own control of which you made for yourself. You knew that you wanted to work, you knew that you wanted this job. So I expect you to leave those things directly outside of the door because this job, once you're here, that's the only thing that matters. If you can't do that, then you need to be working on your own. That's how I basically mentally, that's how I sit up there and look at stuff. That's how I focus in on stuff. Because when you want certain things, you got to be able to commit to a sacrifice. You can't sit up there and say that you want to win, but then you're lackadaisical and then you're focused on 100 different things that's going on in the outside world. You're not going to win. You're not going to win because all of your focus should be on that task so that you can win. If they tell this to champions all the time. Anybody that's a champion when it deals with being football, basketball, they tell you the type of focus that they have to have. They tell you the amount of losses that they sat up there and had because they had the focus, the amount of women that are not there with them because they couldn't give that time to them because they knew that they were champions. They wanted to be that champion, so they went for that success. So, you know, like I said before, I'm saying all of this to say this, right? Going back to the previous job, right? There was a dude there because of nepotism. They put him in a position of being a buyer. A store buyer is somebody who basically scans like the items that are needed. It looks like it's pretty low. So what you're supposed to do is you go downstairs, you're checking the back stock, right? So you got to tally up how much we got there, and then you're looking at what's on the shelves, right? And then you got to keep track of that number. And then you also go into the computer downstairs and then you look at the itemized list of like how many of these items are actually moving. So from all of those numbers that you got from the back stock to what's on the shelf to the numbers in general for every single month, you're looking at, okay, do I need to sit up there and order 2 pallets worth of this item? Or if it's moving slow, maybe I should just order a few boxes on a pallet instead of a whole pallet, right? Because depending on the item, they'll come in large boxes. Usually they'll come in some pretty nice sized boxes, and it'll cover the bottom of a pallet, right? So you got to be able to go through all that information and spend money the right way. I literally seen dudes who are buyers who just got the shot because of people who they knew. It wasn't because of the hard work. It wasn't because of the dedication. It was because of the people who they knew. It was because of who they are. So, like I said, I get what it is. Again, I get what it is that you're saying, Andy, but I've witnessed these things take place. I've seen people that can give the hard work and the dedication, and then when it comes time for them to go get more money on their paycheck, they're like, you are a good worker, you do a very great job, you don't have any missed days and whatnot, but it's just not in the budget. But what we can do is we can give you an extra 20 cents. Like I said, I've seen this. I've literally seen people who was working at this job for 10 to 20 years, barely missing days, continuously there, all for them to sit up there and get an extra 25 cents on what it is that they make. 20 cents, 15 cents. I understand why people are like, yeah, I can't do this no more. Like I said, it's crazy out here. Sham said, "Don't forget, beauty and fashion of the 1950s were stolen inventions of Black women who worked as housemaids, dressing and hairstyling Caucasian women. Those waves in was done by Black women." Yep. Andy said, "Oh, and you mustn't be afraid of failure. I did twice before. I found my feet." Oh, no, no, no. I get that. I get that. You are 100% correct. A lot of people are afraid of failure. A lot of people have never really seen success, but they're more. It it's hard to basically word it. People are both afraid of success because of the unknown, and they're also afraid of failure. But yet, they're conditioned to accept and be fine with failure. Like it's crazy how like it basically works, you know. And yeah, you're correct. You are correct. And I told people before, it's like, yo, you got to fall a lot before you actually make it. Like that's how it works. That's how we all learned how to walk. Like as children, nobody was. Well, I'm not going to say nobody, but very so few people were able to just like they were just automatically walking. Right? So few people. So few people can just sit up there and say like, yeah, um, I was just at one moment, I was just on the floor, and then some time, a little bit of time within the same part of the time I was walking. Few people were able to say that. Few people. Daniel said I meant corporate Black America. No, I figured you were you were in a sense like saying that. That's why I listed that as well, and then I was also stating that the reasons of my perspective, in a sense, doing it and different stuff like that. Sham said, when I'm wait. Oh, okay. You said when I'm talking on Black media, I'm not talking about Black owned, because back in the 80s and 90s, Black people never have owned their own shows. So Black media is just media that is targeted towards us. Okay, I get that. I get that. David said, Fenty Beauty is Kino. Kino is the one making up trillions while Riri gets chump change. I mean, that's usually how it works. Somebody is going to get like a slice of the pie. That's usually how it works. But she's pretty much a billionaire now, and hey, she can decide to do her own thing if she wants to. Have her own company. She got money to sit up there and do it, and then she also got the backing of Jay-Z as well. So if she really wanted to like get some stuff moving, she could actually do it. And then on top of that, she got what's the name? She got ASAP Rocky, who's an artist as well, and he showed up in her shows. So if she needs somebody to model and she want to start up really her own thing, she could do that. She could start up something called Riri. She could easily do that. She could be like Riri by Rihanna or something like that. She could easily do that. Tibby said you skipped what I said about strong women. Tibby said, is Kino Asian owned or white owned? That I am not sure. Sham said, as if Black people even try to own any portion of the media, understand they would get sabotaged real quick. The only way for Black people to actually own their media is online. I mean, that too. That too as well. And Black people could, do something, online when it deals with ownership and those different types of things. What just happened to? Let me see something.
Not
Alberta girl. Okay?
I'm not
You're
parking.
In Edmonton. Where are you from?
Parking my car.
That's crazy how the video is technically there and it's not there at the same time. It's weird how that worked out. Now I gotta go back and try to figure out what videos those were, because I do got some videos as well. I'll probably just put them up later. It's whatever. But yeah, that's true. The easiest way to basically make a footprint, if you want to do stuff online, you can easily do that. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's going to be the money or whatever is going to be split in between you and that platform. Or if you want to take it to a further extent, you can just make your own website, and you got pretty much 100% of the money coming directly to you. You just got to worry about the ads and all that other type of stuff, and getting traffic and traction and SEO and all of those things. But yeah, Black people can easily sit up there and do it. They can easily do it. Tibby said, "Are rich black people supervisors in America while white people are owners?" Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Andy said, "You never have control if you work for others. The higher up the ladder you go, the more reign you are given. But ultimately, whoever owns the ish controls the brakes." Yeah, that's bars. That's facts. Sham said, "Which black people can be owners and at times are CEOs and partners to businesses?" I can't give you any off the top of my head. I can't give you any at this moment in time. Oh, you're referring back to the lady of honeypot. I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about the honeypot information. I mean, I guess she's able to do it, at least from what they got posted. Again, I don't know the lady. I could just only go by what is written. That is it. I can only go, by that. Gil said absolutely. And he said, "Come and work in the UK. Seji, 5 weeks paid vacation, free medical, 2 years maternity leave, also paternal leave as well, and cheaper foods." I believe it. Everywhere is cheaper than America. Like, yo, Andy, I think I might have told this quite a few times. Originally, I was supposed to be in London. That's the crazy, that's the whole, for me, I was completely mad when I found that out. Because like I always wanted to go to the UK. Because I'm like, yo, I would have had like a dope accent. I would have had the dope, UK accent, because I would have been there at a young age. So automatically that, the accent, would have been there. Because my mom, when I was younger, she wanted to basically move us there. So that's in a sense where we actually would have been. And I'm not sure how life would have been different, like where I would actually be at this moment in time, what I would be doing. That's a whole, I would love, if I had like a window to basically view a alternate reality, I would love to basically see how that would have went. I would have loved to actually see that. But like I said, it's crazy. It is crazy. And yeah, the food there, they got some nice food. Like I said, is they got some nice multicultural areas directly, out there. And I would love to sit up there and try the food from some of the other cultures out there. I really would. Really, really would. Danny said Kino is white owned. Sham said, "I was one of those people, never crawled. I was walking right away. However, I am a 6 foot tall woman and I was a very tall baby, so I started walking at 6 months, but I look like a 1-year-old." Yeah, like I said, I was gonna basically I wasn't gonna technically say anything because my mom, she sat up there and told me stories as well. And I was like, "Word?" I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "That's how that works?" I'm like, "That's crazy." And I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "All right." So yeah, trust me, I know what it is that you're talking about. My mom, she can explain those stories one day. One day when I either record it or if I happen to have her up here one day, I have to have her do that. Danny said Jay-Z owns Riri. They've been forcing her to make an album or ASAP Rocky will face jail time for his gun crimes, allegedly. LOL. Dave said Canada is now cheaper than the United States. The UK has crazy knife crimes. No, I get the knife crimes out there in the UK, but it's like knife crimes or the crimes that we see over here in America. I mean, everybody has their thing, and I feel like I would have made it. I would have survived. You know, you know. Gail says, "Seji, you would have fit right into." What that mean? What that mean? What you trying to say, Gail? I feel like you trying to you got some smart assness going on, Gail. What you trying to say? You trying to say something, Gail? You trying to say something, Gail? I feel like I know what you're trying to allude to, Gail. That's crazy. That's crazy, Gail. That's crazy. Andy said London is where I'm based. Hey, that's dope. Daniel said the UK is always in darkness, barely no sunshine. LOL. I mean, yeah. I mean, they got clubs and food and different stuff like that. Seems nice. I'm not really like a like a pub hopper, so I don't drink. So Andy said, "Bring Gail if you decide to come. Don't want her to miss out." Gail acting funny. Let me tell you, Gail's being real smart right now. Being real smart. Tippy says Seji might look like an ashy black vampire in the UK. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy how that works. That is crazy. That's crazy. Tippy up here laughing at Gail. Lord have mercy. That's why I can't take y'all nowhere. This is what I be talking about. Can't take y'all nowhere. Can't take black people nowhere. Can't take black people nowhere. So now this is going to be moving into the video portion. And this video here, I found to actually be pretty funny. And to a lot of guys out here, if you just wait. Sham said, Seji, we live in the Midwest. Ain't no sunshine out here for like 9 months out of the year. No, I mean, there's breaks in the sun. There's breaks. It's out there. You just gotta look for it. Tippy said, "We'll behave." You're right. So this video right here, some of y'all might have seen it, but this happened at a comedy show where you got a black. I'm not even sure if he's black, but you got a guy who is sitting directly with a woman, and it's stated that they are friends. Look at what takes place in this video real quick.
Hey, man, is your best friend? You never well, how long are you gonna keep leading him on like this? You're paying this whole bill? Don't pay the whole bill. You're splitting as friends. As friends, best friends, brother! Everybody say, if he pays for the bill, he's a what? They said it, not me. You want him? Hey, you want him? Cute guy, huh? Hey, sit next to her. Come sit next to her. Empty chair in here. Hey, if she's your best friend, she'll understand. Sit right here. Sit down right there. I love you, boy. That's how we do this shit. Hey, Miami, we love you. Enjoy your life, man. Were your best friends happy? You're not happy?
Look at her sitting tight. She real tight. Now, I want to show y'all something. Before, it was all fun and games, right? When talking about, he's just friends, they ain't never did nothing, he fitting the bill and all this other type of stuff. She up there feeling herself. It was all fun and games, right? But the moment in time that the dude basically highlighted some stuff, and then he spotted this woman directly on the other side, he was like, "Yo, man, go. You want this dude? You fine with this? You got a boyfriend? Go over there and sit over there with her." And then the girl, she was like, "Okay, no problem. It's whatever." And then you sat up there and see the friend. She's laughing for a bit. She ain't think it was like real for a minute. And then the dude sitting up there sitting down. And then you basically see her directly over in the corner sitting real tight. Because again, they're supposed to be just friends. So why are you over there looking so mad that now you sitting there by yourself? Now you realize what it is. At the end of the day, you told him that y'all were friends. He's the one that's basically footing the bill. Y'all just friends, like you said before, and all this other type of stuff. Like the dude said, the comedian. That's why I do love comedians. He was like, "So why you just when you gonna stop leading this dude on?" And she was laughing because she was feeling herself because she know it's true, because more than likely he probably attempted to be with her or whatnot or whatever, and she sat up there and denied him. So now when all of that is cut loose, now she's sitting over there looking real tight. It ain't no more laughing. She looking real alone. She looking real by herself. Crazy. Crazy. Gail was like, "Dang, them front row seats can be vicious. I couldn't do it. No way." That was whoo. Shout out to that comedian though. Shout out to that comedian. Like, woo. Like I said, probably now that she understands like where things are and how easy it would be for him to just like another woman to just be like, give him some attention or whatever it is, I bet you she gonna be acting right now. She gonna be acting way different now. Way different. Like I said, she is mad. Ooh, she tight. She is tight. Tippy was like, Seji, we don't know them. You can see into the future, can you? Dave said he is flipping the bill for that. Hey, like I said before, big girls need love too. There are quite a variety of big girls out there that are very pretty. Like I said, I'm a different type of individual. I don't know what to tell people, and I've said this before. That I believe in my past life, I was probably like a Buddha or something like that because of the way that I like to eat and how I enjoy food. So the universe is like, you know what? Instead of us letting you get to this size, we got you. We're just going to give you a fast metabolism so you can enjoy all the food that you want to eat for the rest of your life. And here I am. I can enjoy all the food that I want. And it is a struggle to stay at the weight that I am currently at because the moment of time I don't take in that food, weight starts dropping. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even really moving around. And weight is it just be dropping. It's crazy. It is crazy. Dave said, that's what I meant, LOL. Hey, I mean, hey, maybe, big girls are his thing, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, in life, you want somebody that can enjoy food and that will also be eating directly with you. Hey, because in certain cases, you got a lot of women who don't really got weight on them. They cannot handle a hamburger, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, yo, as thin as you are, you can't sit up there and eat. I'm like, oh no, check. I'm like, no, we got problems. I'm like, nah. I'm like, we ain't doing this. I'm like, I'll be damned. I would not. I am not the person to be trying to take somebody out to a nice. This is how it works. If you cannot eat food, chances are not going to a nice restaurant. It is just not happening. You better be able to eat something. You better not be ordering no damn garden salad with no vinaigrette and just like a thing of water. We're not doing this. If we're going to be doing this, we're going to be going to Chick-fil-A because I'll be damned. I will be damned directly out here. We are not doing this. Let me see. Tippy said, I wish I can. LOL said, you lucky. Andy says she looks like she's ready to poop a diamond. She's so tight. Yeah, she mad. Gail said, dry begging or nah. I don't even know what you're talking about. Dry begging, Gail. Dane said, nothing wrong with thick black women, but I ain't going for that with a non-black woman. I get that. I completely understand. Tippy said, they're picking at the burger with a fork. Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy to see that happen. I'm like, yeah, we are getting a check pronto. We are getting a check pronto. So the next video that I got directly up there for y'all is a funny one. And I like this one. So the caption is, she thought she whispered the answer, but the microphone still picked it up. Right? So listen to this.
Pam, how you keep a man happy for 45 years?
Right? So she asked, so this is the couple here. This is the husband and wife, right? Beautiful couple. Ecstatic. You got smiles on both faces. She's sitting up there looking like, oh my God, I can't believe y'all asked me this question, right? So they asked the question, how do you keep a man happy for 60-something years, right? So here you go.
Yeah, Miss Pam, tell him. So pretty. Oh my
Okay. Let the church say yeah.
So Tippy said, what did she say? So basically, Tippy, the older woman was saying that how she kept her husband happy for 60-something years was because she was performing an act directly on him. And that's why the woman covered her face. The dude, he walked off a stage. Let me go back to the husband, right? Because after the answer took place,
Okay.
like everybody was losing their mind because everybody heard it. She didn't see. Look at the husband. This dude took off the hat. Let me show you something. The dude, he was cool and collected.
Keep a man happy for 45
He was cool.
years.
You see the husband over there in the corner. Look at him. He cool. He not sweating bullets. He got the hat on. When she gave the answer, this dude started touching his face. He didn't know what to even do. He was letting her know. He was like, yeah, the mic was still on. People were able to hear it. So he tapped her on the back. She fell out. She was like, oh Lord.
Okay.
Still rubbing on her back.
Okay.
This man don't even know what to do. He's like, man, should I get up? Should I walk away?
Okay.
Sweat on his face. Getting hot. Got to take off the hat. Let me wipe off my brow.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that one right there, that was something. Like I said, I love it though. I love it. That was funny. That one was funny. Mo said, is she lying? Nah. Well, yo, what's up, Mo? If you're talking about the older woman in this clip, nah. No, like you saw the reaction from that dude. That is not like, that's like sometimes when people say stuff like, if you're a guy and a woman basically like says something that was like unexpected, like it ain't nothing negative about you, but she says something, it's like you're ecstatic at the same time, but you're slightly embarrassed, and it's like you don't even know what to do. That's how the husband was acting. He was like, damn, she really he was like, damn, she really just said that right now. It's like, that's crazy. Andy G said nothing like coloring with a big girl. That's facts. That's facts. Gail started laughing. I know Gail heard it. I don't know how Tippy didn't hear it. I don't know how Tippy didn't hear that. Tippy said, what act? Cook and clean? All right, Tippy. Yes, cooking and cleaning. Tippy, cooking, cleaning, and playing chess and making sandwiches and cakes. Daniel said that didn't work for Niecy Dash. But isn't Niecy Dash, isn't she a lesbian? She was married to a guy? Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Somebody, whoa. Niecy Dash was married to a dude? I'm a little bit confused. I thought she was like a lesbian for like that's crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Gail said yes. Yeah, I'm with Tippy. I'm like, isn't she gay? Daniel said, yeah, Niecy said the same thing to keep a man. Well, obviously, like I said, I don't know what's going on with like Niecy Dash and her relationship, but this woman is like, they're like 60-something in this. So I don't know what to tell people. It works for some and it doesn't work for other ones. I don't know what to tell people. But yeah, I thought Niecy Dash was with women for the longest time, like Queen Latifah. I thought she was just, up there in those ranks. I didn't know. Learn something new. Learn something new. So now we got another video directly up here. So this guy's going to ask her a question, and I think the question was more so, what's the brokest thing a dude ever did for you, right? So we're going to hear what this woman has to say here.
So, like, what's the brokest thing a dude ever done for you? Like,
one time this man, he flew me out to Atlanta, but then he got me this rental car and it was a Chevy Spark. Do I look like a Chevy Spark kind of girl to you?
So I just want to state this. She got flown out. A guy was so interested directly in her that he flew her directly out, and then he rented her a car. Not only did he pay for your plane ticket, but he also paid for your rental. And you're complaining that the dude flew you out and had you drive a Chevy Spark. This is what I mean when you have people in society that are so ungrateful. So ungrateful. So ungrateful. Like, again, for a dude to even be willing to even just like fly you out it's something right there. Like, he's paying money. You could be coming from, like I said, we don't even know where she even came from. We knew that she had to fly to get there, but we don't know at what time of year, because at different times of years, these plane tickets are murder. It's like, even going from, like, let's say like a Detroit to New York during like the summer, sometimes at one point in time that was exceeding like $600 to $800. And I'm like, how the hell do we get here? I'm like, that is insane to me. Right. So like I said, the type, the way in which that people are, society is screwed. Like I said, it's just going to be video after video. Like, society is just screwed, when it comes to this. Like I said, it's crazy. Chevy Spark is just, it's a smaller, type of car and whatnot. Like I said, she's acting like the dude like rented her a car from like a Volkswagen from like, I don't know. I wouldn't even know what to even give for an example of like just a terrible like car. But she's acting like it was some type of like rust bucket or something. And I'm like, yo, you didn't have to spend your money on nothing. And more than likely, if he's sitting up there like flying you out there, if y'all going out to dinner, he's paying for the dinner too. So it's like you got an all expenses paid trip for a weekend or whatever it is to be with this dude. And you're out here complaining, talking about, do I look like a Chevy Spark type of girl? You're right. You're not a Chevy Spark girl. You're an ungrateful girl. You're ungrateful. And you are a girl, not a woman. You're a girl, because that's how girls act, ungrateful, and they act like they deserve everything in the world. An actual woman would actually understand, like, yo, somebody actually doing this for me. Let me not look a gift horse in the mouth. Let me not sit up here and complain. Let me not do that. Let me not do it. Andy said, I bought my girlfriend an Audi R8 convertible for her birthday. That's dope. That man out there cashing out. He cashed out. That man is out there. Tippy said, can you look it up? Tippy, if you don't look up the Chevy Spark while I'm trying to sit up there and do this live stream. Tippy like, yo, look up the Chevy Spark. Says you put it up there. I'm trying to see it. You always look up The Sims, Tippy, if you don't look up what a Chevy Spark is. Gail said, Seji starter car. Hey, yo, you know what? I'm not even, whatever starter car I happen to have, I'm not even mad. I'm going to be sitting up there driving our car. I'll be ecstatic. I know other people will be complaining about it. I know other people will be talking shit about it, but I'll be happy. I'm like, give me the point A to point B. I'm completely fine and dandy. I'm all with it. Mo said, I wouldn't take her to a chicken fight. Bars. Tippy, if you don't look this stuff up, cannot believe this one. This is ridiculous. Lord have mercy. Let me see. Even though you have a I want to know, Tippy has a way better phone than me. Tippy has a way better phone. Now I got to do the research on the Chevy Spark. Can't believe this. Can't believe this at all. All right, so we got pictures of the Chevy Spark. So let me get another window image. Let me just make sure it's on the world. Okay. All right, so this is the Chevy Spark, so that people can see exactly what it is. This is what it looks like. And to me, like, the car looks fine. There ain't nothing wrong with the car. Like, it's a very small car. They got like a multitude of like different colors, like the interior and stuff. It looks all right. Like I said, that's fine. Now, if she's sitting up there saying because she's like a certain size, that's different. That's a little bit different. But again, I've seen big girls in small cars, so I'm a little bit confused. This car seems like it would be her height. I'm talking about standing up. Like it seems like height to height ratio, she would be good. To literally complain about somebody literally getting you a rental that is a decent rental is completely crazy to me. Matter of fact, I just realized you guys probably can't see that because I did not put. to be kidding me. Hold on, let me go back. Chevy Spark, right there. Right. So for everybody out there, this is what they got a modified version of the. You know what? I learned lessons. I can't really click on a lot of stuff because if I do, you might get other images directly up here. So we are on the Chevy Spark. So, we're looking standard issue at this moment in time. So we're doing good. We're doing good. We're going to keep it right there. But yeah, for everybody that's able to see it, this looks fine. This looks completely fine and dandy, standard issue, no problem, right? So let's just roll back. You said no, I don't. Just Google says all you got to do. App Android, zoom in. Is this the Miss Williams show? Miss Williams show? No, this was just a dude who was doing like an interview. You said, oh, that's nice. I like the pink one, standard small town car in the UK. Yeah, over there in Europe, like, yo, they got tons of small cars. Like, everything is compact over there. So it's not a lot of room. So they got to save space. So a lot of the cars are smaller. So it's like, it's a Euro type of car. And I'm like, that car is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that car. And it can move too. Like, you're zooming in and out of traffic, like in between cars. Like, you are out there. But, like I said, if she wanted to talk about her size, I mean, she's short. She got weight to her, but she's short. So she's compact, just like the car. It ain't no problem. Everything matches. Like, it makes no sense to get it kills me to sit up there and see short women who are like, who can barely reach the pedals, talking about they want a certain type of car. Like, they're in like trucks that got lifts. And I'm like, dog, you're about like 4'11" and you're in a lifted truck. What are we doing here? You need two child seats combined in order to safely put you in that vehicle, and you more than likely need some modified foot pedals just so you can reach it. I'm like, what are we doing right now? It's crazy. It's crazy. JMG said that's true. We got a lot of small cars in London. Yeah, and the cars look dope. They look fly. Like I said, I don't be seeing no problem with small cars. This is when I sit up there and tell people this is like an American, type of thing where people, view certain cars as like less than or whatnot or whatever. Like I said, if she grew up over in the UK and the same scenario basically took place, like let a girl from like the UK be like flew over to like Atlanta or something like that, and then he gets her one of those cars. You're not going to hear her running her mouth on social media talking about like, oh, that was broke of him to do it. You're not about to hear that. You're not about to hear that. Tippy says she needs a golf cart. Andy G said facts and good gas mileage too. Tippy said, I want a golf cart. Yo, golf carts are dope. Like, yo, if I had the ability, if I had the money to have like a golf cart, bro, I'm driving that cart around. I'm going to like the corner store. Like, yo, I'm driving that bad boy around. I'm there. I'm whipping that boy. Yo, I am whipping that golf cart out there. We are making it happen. Like, yo, it'll be so fun. I had that golf cart with like different like colors and whatnot on there. Have like a nice little surround. I don't know. This is why I think like gated communities are dope, because you get to like drive around in like golf carts and the different variations of golf carts that they have that you can customize. Oh my God. Like I said, shout out to Nintendo with Mario Kart. Shout out to Nintendo. Tibby said, I want the 4-seater. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a simple type of person. Golf carts are dope. Like, just imagine if you're in a city where people just drive like golf carts to get around, right? They got a separate area for, let's say, like the 18-wheelers to get into, let's say, the business districts or the areas, but all the rest of the streets are like golf cart related. Just think about that. I think that'd be dope. I think it'd be pretty dope. Just like, you'll even see like young kids like, yo, where you about to go? I'm about to go to Jay's house. We about to take the golf cart, whip it out. Like, just doing stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, so now we're going to go to this next one here. Oh, wait, was that the same one? Yeah, it was the same one. Okay, so now I got to go and I can get these other videos for you guys. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, those are the ones that did not show up for some reason. All right.
Refunding my money, you have to get.
So give me a second. It's going to look a little bit weird at first because I got to put both of these videos directly up there. All right. So this is one video I really wanted to highlight. So this person said, "Cause my friends told me to post this on Twitter. So ladies, if he don't get you nothing for Valentine's Day, you need to call 1-800-THAT-GIRL. I specialize in home wrecking, whether it's your baby daddy, boyfriend, or her man. We get the job done or your money back guaranteed," right? So let's just look at this, right?
This what happened to niggas that fuck you. TV.
I hate when dummies do stuff like this and then they want to mess up somebody's house and they want to record themselves, but they don't record like their actual selves. Like they want to make sure not to put their face directly. No, put your face directly out there. This is your work. Like I said, I want full charges on this woman. I don't know who she is. Full charges. I want full charges on her for this foolishness. Let me just go back. Let me mute this and go back. All the damages that are here. She poured like flowers. She done ripped cabinet doors completely off. She done tore up the bed. I don't know where the mattresses are. Tore up the cabinets in the bathroom. Flat screen TV is jacked. She done cut up other stuff directly in here. More stuff like in this. Like this looks ridiculous. Full charges. Full charges. Throw the book at her. Throw the full book directly at that clown for doing that type of nonsense. Like I said, that is insane to me. It is insane. And then you're going to sit up there and publicize the ignorance of what it is that you did. That's crazy. That's crazy to be that bold to do something like that. That is insane to me. Insane. But like I said, this is where we are. You know, at this moment in time, this is a society in which we live in, where people can freely do dumbassery, you know, such as that, right? So now we got a handy dandy, great video. Gail said, wait, let me see. Jacob said she needs an ass whooping. Tippy said that's nuts. That apartment is big. Yeah, it is big. Gail said, wow, that's mind blowing. Andy said, great career choice. Tippy said, is that a 2-bedroom with 2 baths? Yeah, that was a nice apartment. Very nice apartment. And you decided that you wanted to just do all of this. Yo, full charges. Throw the book. Throw the book. And then you're going to sit up there and start running out towards the door because you don't want to get caught. No, stay there with your work. Stay there with your work. I hope that dude sit up there and let everybody know who is the individual that did this, because men need to know who these people are, because that's crazy. If she's willing to sit up there and do this to the house, just imagine what she'll do to a car. And I showed y'all the video of a woman trying to set a dude's car on fire. She literally had the whole gas can, threw gas directly in there, stuck her head in there, and then she sat up there and lit up the whole thing and blew herself back. Craziness. Being stupid. Blew herself back and all the windows out of that car and set it on fire because of whatever. Insane. Like I said, start throwing these clowns in jail. Give them a nice duration in there so they can sit in there with stupid. Nice duration. So now we're going to look at this handy dandy video here where the title is "The Woman in the Car Was Fired from Her Job After Harassing This McDonald's Employee by Telling Her to Get a Career." And they said in the video, McDonald's customer refused to park and demands a refund for cash. So y'all know normally in McDonald's, if they're busy and they're trying to go through the orders, they tell you to wait in the parking lot so that everybody else can get their orders through. And they'll come out and they'll give the order to you, right? So let's look at how this took place. What took place?
If you're refunding my money, you have to give me cash.
You guys pay with debit, right? You guys pay with the debit, right?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. matter, sir.
If you're telling
It is a matter,
if
sir.
you're telling me you're not giving me my food, I want my money back
I
in
didn't say
cash.
that. I'm not giving you your food. I just request you guys to fresh food, right?
This
A fresh
I don't want to park.
Celebrity McDonald's. This is Edmonton,
I'm not-
Alberta, girl. Okay?
I'm not
You're
parking.
In Edmonton. Where are you from?
Parking my car.
Where are you from?
English.
Where are you from?
Get a career. Do
Seriously?
something for your life.
Seriously?
You're so sad. It's
Seriously?
Now,
Seriously?
anyways, grab us
That
some food.
okay. I was so nice to you guys.
were
Why
getting
are
food.
you
You
using
got
F word
That
for
was your
me?
food.
I
Why
don't
are you
even know
using
why
F word
you're
for
talking
me?
to the passenger of my vehicle when I ordered the food at the window, and I'm telling you that I don't want to park in reserve stall number 2.
And they are using F word for me like single time. You guys listen to her.
You're telling me that you want me to park. You're telling me that you want me to park. You're telling me that you want me to park because you're on a timer to make your time good at McDonald's.
Of course.
I don't care. I don't care about your time at McDonald's or how long it takes to make my food or about your timing. I ordered food. I want my food. If you're not giving my food, give me my money back.
Of course. I'm giving money back. You guys tap your card.
I lost.
You guys tap your card.
I lost my debit card. I'm sorry, I can't find
My
it.
God, the lady just tapped on her phone.
I know,
She
but I
just
lost
tapped her
it.
phone on
I
her-
can't find it.
No,
I'm
you're
sorry.
giving us cash back, sweetie. We're not.
I'm not giving cash, girl.
We're not moving. We have you all on camera. You're so disrespectful.
I have a camera too. Whatever you guys said, F word for me.
It's gonna be a
I'm
big
gonna tell
lawsuit tomorrow. Like I'm telling you right now, I'm phoning my lawyer. Like you and McDonald's is getting sued big time.
Oh, seriously?
100%.
Did I say something wrong to you guys?
Your whole family's
Not
gonna go back
no,
to
nothing to do with me. I don't even know why you're talking to my passenger. But anyway,
Whoa, hold up. Let me just reiterate that. So I'm taking it that the woman there must be Indian, right? I'm trying to, hear her accent and how it is that she uses. I'm guessing that she's Indian. And you got these two right here. The woman in the back, she was like, yeah, you're about to sit up there and go back to wherever it is that you came from, you and your family. And this is when I sit up there and try to tell other people, especially in America, who like to say that racism and things like that don't exist. Yeah. Like I said, that's crazy to sit up there and say. You came there, first of all, you're sitting up here saying you lost your debit card. So how did you pay for the food originally? More than likely, you did it by debit because she clearly asked him. She was like, yo, just tap your card. The dude said he wanted a refund. She was like, okay, just tap your card. He was like, oh, I lost my card. How did you lose it in the matter of seconds of... Bro, let's keep going.
You're my family then? Seriously?
Bro, shut up. You're having a meltdown. Work. You're here to get paid to get work. Get off the phone and work. Why are you on your phone?
I do work.
What are you doing? You
But
don't
look
work,
at you
sweetie.
guys. You guys don't listen to me at all. If you need a money back, I said you guys money, you tap your card, get your money back.
don't worry. I got 50,000
Right?
followers on Instagram.
I
I'm gonna
don't
post
care
this
how many
video.
followers you are.
You're like,
I don't care about it.
you're like,
I
this is
don't
going.
care how
I
many
will get my
followers
cash
you are.
then. I want my cash.
You didn't pay cash. You paid with the debit.
It wasn't-
No.
Manager, you're a loser.
Isn't my debit card? I don't have the debit card.
Oh, how do you pay, sir?
I tapped on the phone.
Yeah, you can tap
I
again.
don't have the phone. I'm sorry.
You can, oh, that's the lady phone, right? You can tap
She
it
doesn't
again.
want to tap her phone. She wants the money.
Wow, seriously, you guys.
You can't rip me off for my money. Like that's theft.
I
can
didn't
phone
say
the police.
that. I said
I can phone the police and have you charged
You
with
can
theft.
call. You can call, sir.
I will. I
You
will.
can call right away.
I will
I'll call
phone
right
the
now.
police.
Yo, that is crazy. This is why, like I said, shout out to the people who be working in food service, man. Like I said, this is why I be sitting up to telling y'all. This is why I'm not mad that you got workers in fast food. Like people just gonna be dealing with robots because you got stuff like this. Like this woman is just trying to do her job, and they're like, well, I don't have the card. I lost the card. So she was like, how did you pay for it? I tapped on the phone. I used the phone. I'm not even sure what, like, I've never even used or heard of a McDonald's app where you can just order and just have your food there for that specific McDonald's. I've never in my life ever used an app like that. So that's a little bit beyond me. I'm not even sure how that's working or if that's even an actual thing. Like, again, I might be ignorant of that type of app or tech because I've never seen it. Again, never seen it. And I've eaten at McDonald's a multitude of times. Like I said, this type of stuff is baffling. I'm like, oh, you and McDonald's are going to be sued. This is theft. This is that. No, you're just being a jackass. You're being a straight asshole directly. You and the woman that you're with being a straight ass. Like, you're acting like you're about to have a $100 million lawsuit off of $14 or some shit. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. This, like I said, this is why I'm fine with society sitting up there changing, because I'm tired of seeing videos like this, and I'm tired of workers who are in the fast food industry having to deal with complete idiots, complete assholes. I'm tired of waiters having to deal with this. I'm tired of delivery workers having to deal with this. I'm tired of cashiers and people at the drive-thru having to deal with this. Like I said, all it takes is a few people like this to mess it up for everybody. Like I said, bring in the robots. Bring in the robots, because you're not going to see people. You're going to see how stupid people are, because what's going to happen is when they don't have a person to argue with, they're going to be like, oh, let me film this McDonald's robot. Look at this. Look at this. We don't even have people here. I can't even talk to anybody. They got my order wrong. I specifically asked for, 3 sauces. They gave me 1. And that's how stupid it's going to get. People are still going to find a way to perform stupid. Like I said, people don't understand. People are going to understand it sooner than later. But like I said before, bring in the robots. Bring in the robots. Let the robots take over. I'm completely fine. Skynet. We up. Like, it is crazy. It is crazy. And he said, one day she'll be staring down both. Ooh, that's bad. Dreamless, what is up? What is up? Said, wow, her voice is annoying. Tippy said, this is silly. Just wait in a parking lot. What's the issue? Gail said, that is berserk for real. Tippy said, what if the robot spit motor oil in your phones? That's not how that works, Tippy. That is not how that works. But it's funny because I'm just thinking about Futurama and like other shows, so I can see that happening. Andy said, always try to be nice to fast food servers and retail workers. The amount of and belittling they put up with is ridiculous. It is. Dream said, could be a Uber Eats thing, but they picked up the food. That don't even within that, it don't even make sense, because I'm not even sure how you even pick up your own food in Uber Eats. Like, that would have to be the quickest pickup ever in life. Like, I'm confused on that. And and then you have to be quick, because I'm not sure what area they live in, but if you're in a busy city, you're not going to be able to pick up your own order once you put it in. Like, you got to be able to tap that as soon as it comes directly in. Like, unless you got it set where it's like, we're not giving no tip or whatnot or whatever, then that's different. That is completely different. But, I don't know. Tippy said, no, Seji, that's not the answer. Yes, it is, Tippy, because people don't understand what they got up until it's gone. People do not realize what they got up until it's gone. That's why I showcased that one footage of that woman sitting at the comedy show. She thought it was all fun and games up until the dude actually had an option and a choice of another woman that actually wanted him to be there. And she was looking real sad. Real sad. Tippy said, AI servers are not the answer. Just hire good people. No, the good people that are actually fat. That's what I'm talking about. Like, as somebody who did customer service, you have good people that work customer service and they get treated like shit. And I'm like, no, let the robots have all of these people. Let the robots deal with the customers. Customers, like I said, all it takes is for a few people to mess it up for everybody. I guess everybody didn't learn that in school. Everybody saw that. There's been a multitude of times we were about to have pizza parties or certain food ordered, and all we had to do was one thing, and all it took was for one person to mess it up, and then we didn't have it. Like I said, we need those same rules to apply out here in real life, because people are not going to understand it. Like I said, it's too many people out here that were like, oh, we're all individuals. No. You can be an individual, but even though you're an individual, you're still a part of a group. No matter how individual you think that you are still a part of a group. That's my main point. And, like I said, people do not realize what they got up until it's gone. So once all of these robots start coming in there and that whole social engagement thing that people were normal to do for all of these decades and hundreds of years. Once that starts phasing out, people are going to be starting to act different. People are going to really start to act different. You're going to start to hear more people online talking about like, yeah, the world out here is so cold. Now you can't even have engagements and conversations. You know, first it started with the stores and the self-checkouts, and now the AI checkouts, and now you got the robots, and now we go into fast food, and you go into the restaurant and it's just the screen, people sitting down, and it's nobody even really working the food. It's nothing but robot arms. Like it's so lifeless now. Yeah, because nobody should have to sit up there and deal with foolishness. People are already not making enough money, and now you want people to sit up there and not make enough money and have to deal with stuff like this? Nah. Like I said, I'm for, as a person that worked in customer service, bring in the robots. Bring it in. I bring it directly, and I'm all for it. Like I said, I wipe my hands. Bring in the robots. I am all for it. Because that's the only way that people are going to learn. There is no other way for people to actually learn. You got to sit up there and make hard choices out here, and you got to just make things happen in order for people to realize. That's it. Gil said that's so true. Tibby said, hire a what? Germaphobe people. Hire people that love cooking. People before hiring, they should do a Senate. No. No. Tippy, I'm not talking about the workers. The workers are fine. I'm talking about the customers. The customers are the ones that film just like these fools here. Oh, I'm about to film this. It's about to be a lawsuit. I'm going to corporate. These dumbasses both got their phones out. If it was really that serious, the woman could have got out the car. They could have parked. She could have got out the car, and she could have just went in and got the food. If it was really that serious. But that's not what they wanted to do. They wanted to sit up there and cause a ruckus. He was like, yeah, I got 50K followers. We're going to see. You're going to go viral. This is what I'm talking about. It used to be a point in time where if somebody had 50K, it was like, all right, that was something. Now you just got a whole bunch of people just trying to get a whole bunch of followers just so they can look for an instance to try to use it in a negative way. This is why a lot of people don't got power. This is why. Because people misuse and mismanage that type of power that they actually have to literally try to threaten this woman who is doing her job, that you're going to expose her on your 50K of followers, and then whatever your goofy ass girlfriend got. That's clowns. Straight clowns. Backyardigan style clowns. Straight clowns. That's it. Like, that's ridiculous to me. And for y'all, for them to even have followers still after this, all of those people are clowns. 1000% clowns. Like I said, a lot of people, this is why a lot of people should not have power. Because they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to use it for the things that it's supposed to be used for. This is not one of those things. It just ain't. Gail said you don't be so cruel. Gail, I've learned in society, sometimes you got to be cruel in order to get things done. That's how stuff works. In order for people to actually get points, you got to be cruel. Things have to sit up there and take place for people to actually fully get an understanding. So again, you saw how people was missing society during the 2.5 years during the pandemic. You saw how people were sitting up there acting that, people were like, oh man, the world just ain't the same. It's like you can't really have conversations. You can't talk to people. You can't this, you can't that. I can't see my family. Everybody before the pandemic was complaining about their family. They was complaining about the social engagement and interaction. A lot of people were saying like it's too mentally draining and they don't want to do this. And then people got their wish for 2.5 years. For 2.5 years, people had to safe distance themselves 6 feet. You couldn't have conversations with another person. If you were going out there in public, 6 feet apart. A lot of people couldn't even get on a bus. A lot of people couldn't be in the elevator. A lot of people couldn't be in supermarkets. They couldn't be in theaters. They couldn't be in malls. So I told people before, be careful what it is that you wish for. People got that. So again, I'm hoping that people get exactly what it is that they wish for. A lot of people always complain about the fast food workers making X amount of money. They're saying that they shouldn't be making this money. All this, no problem. Let's take the fast food workers out. Put in the robots. So now what are we going to complain about? You can't complain about the people behind the register. You can't complain about how much money the people working because ain't nobody gonna be making money from fast food now. So now you got to deal with robots. Now you don't have that social engagement interaction. You can't be ignorant and stupid directly to the workers. Now you don't got to worry about somebody being mad and now spitting in your food or dropping a burger or whatever. You don't got to worry about none of that. Now it's just you and cold steel. That's it. Most said hashtag bring in the robots. Yeah, bring in Skynet. Bring in the robots. Bring it in. Like I said, society, people in society will sit up there and realize. And just in case a lot of people are like, yo, man, you don't know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is that I'm saying. Because again, you're talking to somebody who is a futurist. I understand technology. I understand to the furthest extent and the horrible things that can sit up there and transpire. It is what it is. Bring it in. Because people are not going to understand and want to sit up there and change up until they actually see those things directly taking place in front of them. When things become real and people can actually see and analyze these things, then people are like, okay, no. This ain't what we want. Let's go back to what we used to have. The only way that people are going to start acting better towards other people is when they can't have those interactions with other people. So let's start lessening all of those interactions. I am all for it. Shout out to Japan for having robot waiters. Shout out to Japan. We need to start bringing that over to the United States. Start bringing that over. Tippy said, okay, fine. When AI turns into a machine with feelings, that's it for y'all. It is what it is. It is what it is. Godzilla said after history, black women who wanted Caucasian men to prefer them is completely psycho to me, shaking my head. Okay, so he's at the oh, we've been going for 2 hours. I didn't even know. I just been running my mouth. So he's in the first parts. I think like the first 30 minutes of like the live stream, I think. Tippy said AI going to start charging human beings for using their intelligence. Keep playing. Hey, it is what it is. Tippy said, I don't complain. Just worry about getting your face scanned before ordering your Big Mac. AI going to say your order is ready, Tiffany, when I didn't give it my name. Tippy said, no, we don't. Gail said he is an authoritarian. I'm just at the moment in time where, like I said, I view things in two different ways, right? I can see things how everybody else basically sees it, and then I'm just at a point in time where I'm just like, yo, just usher in like all the other stuff. Just bring it directly in here because people are not going to understand. Case in point, the only way for people to stop a lot of, I'm talking about the overwhelming amount of wars and stuff like that, you have to have a common enemy. I've learned, I've seen this message throughout a lot of different animations and different things that I've watched even since I was little. I've noticed that one main thing, in order for everybody to shut up, in order for people to just look at other people as human beings, you have to have an enemy that is greater than them in order for them to literally calm the fuck down. And I'm like, it shouldn't even have to take all of that with a bunch of adults. This is why I sit up there and say, like, a lot of adults are just children. We talk about all the times how kids basically bicker and how they're fighting and all this other type of stuff. And because they're young, so what's the excuse for adults? Ignorance? Can't really say ignorance because look at the libraries, look at the computers, look at everybody with a cell phone, look at the positions that a lot of adults in, look at how a lot of adults are over nations and in towns and all this other. So we can't even really sit up there and say ignorance. You know, like I said, this is why I sit up there and say a lot of the things that I say, no matter how crazy it may seem, because people are not going to understand. That was the one main thing that my mom told me. I think she still says that sometimes, that people are not going to either understand or people are not going to see it up until it's gone. Like I said, everybody, we complain about the lives that we have at this moment in time. But let a nuclear war basically happens and we have nothing but like cold winters. You're going to hear people talking about yesteryear. It's like, oh man, I miss sitting up there being able to go outside and just hear people play music. We complain about people rolling down the street playing loud music. Soon enough, there's going to be a point in time where you're not going to hear that. Soon enough, you have a point in time where you're not going to be able to hear the birds chirping and the bees buzzing. You're not going to sit up there and smell the air of summer and spring. You're not going to have, like those May showers and all that. You're not going to have a lot of that stuff. And then you're going to have people thinking back and crying about a lot of that stuff and how good it used to be. But as of right now, because people don't know anything else and they don't have anything to compare it against, this is the worst that we are at this moment in time. So like I said, take it all away. It's that simple. That's the only way that people are going to appreciate anything. The moment in time that you take it away from people, people will now appreciate it. It's just like kids. Kids don't appreciate the toys that they got. You can have one child and you can spoil them rotten and give them like 100 toys. And that child is going to break up those toys. They're going to mismanage those toys. They're going to lose those toys, right? So then when you want that child to basically appreciate those toys, what do? I'm about to take all of these toys away. And what does the child start doing? They start crying. They start thinking about what they actually had, what they used to have. And now they're looking at what they got now, which is nothing. Again, you have to treat the world out here just like you treat children who are spoiled. You got to take things away in order for them to appreciate what it is that they got right now. And if anybody want to have a debate about that, we can easily do that. We can easily do that. Like, it's crazy. Mo said, what? Canceled my online Subway order yesterday. Went to pick it up. A boy's making the sandwiches, had sores on his arm. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, we out of there. We ain't making nothing. Like, yo, if you got health problems, you should not be working in fast food. Work with chemicals. work with janitorial chemicals. Don't be working in fast food. If you got lesions and stuff directly on you, don't be working in fast food. Yo, no, work with some chemicals somewhere. It is crazy. Yo, Pink, what is up? Gail said that's crazy, but it's true. OMG. Mo said hashtag bring in the bots. Tippy said AI apartment going to lick you out of it. Wait, what? AI apartment going to lick you out if you didn't pay rent? Is that supposed to be throw you out? You are no longer authorized at this residence until payment. Oh yeah, it'll probably be like that. Like I said, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm not mad because you got a lot of people that feel like they got the right to like not pay. And then they feel like, okay, well, I got these rights to basically stay here. You can't force me out. No problem. They're going to start to have these AI driven apartments and you'll have a key to the apartment. But once you don't sit up there and give that payment, they might allow you a little bit of time, like a week, maybe two, and you don't give that a payment. The moment in time that you're out of that apartment, you're locked out. Or they'll just sit up there and do something else different. Like I said, there's going to be a variety of things that are going to transpire and take place when it deals with like robotics, AI and stuff in the future. And I can only just tell people, y'all better be prepared. Because like I said before, all it takes is a few people to ruin it for everybody. Like I've seen videos of people who were evicted and they decided that they wanted to mess up the piping. Like there was a dude who owns several houses in Detroit, and people decided to just like ruin some of those houses. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, why would you do that? I'm like, why? I'm like, that doesn't make any type of sense. Like at the end of the day, to, in a sense, do that. Like it just, for the life of me, I just don't happen to get it. But, whatever. It only takes a few people to sit up there and mess it up for everybody else. Keep telling people. So everybody else that don't want stuff to be messed up in the future, start keeping those few people in line. That's all you got to do. But a lot of people say like, oh no, I'm separated from everybody else. That's not my job. And all right, so you're going to have to sit up there and suffer with everybody else. So the moment in time that a lot of this new stuff is basically ushered in, now you being an individual, you got to suffer with everybody else. You know. And he said, imagine getting bitch slapped by a robot for cussing it out. I'm waiting for that. Like I said, I'm waiting for robots to sit up there and fight back. Like these people or whatnot, or eject their cars or something. I'm waiting for it because I'm just gonna be sitting there laughing because I'm like, well, this is what people ask for. If people knew how to treat human beings as human beings, we wouldn't have to sit up there and worry about it. Oh, Tippy said lock. I was like, what did it say lick for? I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what type of robots are these? Tippy said, I appreciate my toys and I still have some of my dolls. You better keep those in a box because those are probably going to be worth some money in another 10 to 20 years. Gail said, damn, says you're not working with chemicals. No, working with chemicals because those are the only safe things that are meant to be around that person that are safe. Because you're not going to infect, some bleach or whatnot, and you got lesions and stuff on your. Like I said, that's crazy to me. I heard about somebody doing that during the pandemic, at a Dunkin' Donuts, and this was during the time of like monkeypox, and you had a dude that was working there, and he had like these lesions on his arm, and then the dude saw that some people noticed, and then he left. I'm like, yeah, because your ass wasn't supposed to be working there. Like, how you working and you infected with something? Like, what is wrong with you? Like I said, this is why, like I said, bring in the robots. Bring in the robots. I'm tired of hearing about hepatitis A being spread to people. I'm tired about all this other nonsense going on. Like I said, bring in the robots. Hashtag bring in the robots. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Bring them in. Bring them in. Let me get Bumblebee sitting up there making my my turkey egg croissant with cheese. Let Bumblebee sit up there and make my food. Because at least I know my food is going to be cooked properly. I don't got to worry about dirty hands, somebody going to the bathroom, somebody having a bad day because somebody else cussed them out when they were waiting in line. I don't got to worry about none of that. Don't got to worry about none of that. And he said, just as long as a child doesn't have a 3D printer. Oh, yeah. 3D printers are dope. 3D printers are pretty dope. Tippy said, LOL, no Seji, you an evil villain. I am not evil, Tippy. I'm just being as real as possible when it deals with how it is that human beings are on this planet. In general, human beings are not appreciative. Just to be real. Like, just look at it from the aspect of like how it is that the planet gets treated. Look at all of the garbage. Right? Look at all the chemicals we toss in the air, that we toss in the water, that we put into the ground. Look how it is that we bore directly into like the crust and destroying the land around it just so that we can dig something out that we consider valuable or that we want to put a monetary value on. Look at how it is that we're knocking down tons of forests. Look at it, how it is that we're burning up tons of acreage, taking homes away from the animals that naturally live there just to make way for us. Look at all of the stuff. I can't give you a point in time where human beings have actually been beneficial to a planet. I can't show you one. I don't even think scientifically anybody could actually give you a time where human beings have been beneficial because we can't. We don't know what that is. So it's like every time I sit up there and see, let's say like volcanoes or different stuff going off, I don't get mad. I'm like, yeah, this is the earth trying to correct itself. It's like, all right, it put a hurricane across like all of these states because it's trying to get people directly up out of there. It's trying to clear them out. We got a quote unquote tornado alley. Yeah, they're trying to clear people directly out of there, but people still keep building homes there. And it makes no sense to me. Like I said, people know exactly where these storms hit, but yet we refuse to move. And we're just going to keep building stuff there. So it's going to come a point in time where some of these storms, they're just going to be enormous to the point where it's just going to be wiping out states. So then what people are going to do? So what? Just rebuild and do the exact same thing so the exact same thing can, like, it don't make sense. Like it literally, it does not make sense. It's like looking at the rich folks in California. I'm not sure if y'all seen those pictures. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. California homes. falling off, I guess you could say. Let me see if I can get the actual image. Like, well, that's not. I mean, that's close to it. Yeah, I just use that image. California landslide, 12 homes in Rolling Hills Estate at risk of falling into a canyon after a landslide in Los Angeles. In the land of Los Angeles. So this is what we're looking at the moment in time, right? So you got stuff like this. If I can actually get the image, then I'll just download this. Yo, that is crazy how that disappears like that. Yo, so where did it go? Yo, am I tripping? Okay, it's in the fire shot area. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you got, for example, you got stuff like this, right? California, you got people building their homes on unstable land, on cliffs. In case in point, I want also for people to realize that when you look in New York is marshland. It's water, right? It was not supposed to have all of these buildings there. That ground was not stable enough for all of that digging and all of that stuff that they decided that they wanted to sit up there and do. But human beings being human beings was like, well, we don't care what nature's doing. We're going to do whatever it is that we want to sit up there and do. And now people got to suffer the consequences. So when I start seeing stuff like this where homes are collapsing and they're falling into a ditch, I'm like, well, human beings decided that they wanted to build wherever it is that they wanted to build because of the selfishness of human beings. This is now suffer the consequences. So all of that money, all of those memories are completely gone because the earth is now going to eat up all of that. So like I said before, people are not going to understand up until, things start seriously taking place. That's the best. Like I said, that's the best way that I can sit up there and, and put it. You said I still use a pen and paper to do all of y'all. Andy said the next day the kid got the same toys you confiscated the day before. Tippy said, Cedric, you're going to be that black billionaire creating evil robots. You said, I am, sir, who is we? You said, black people not doing that. You mean Asians and others? Yo, Rona, what is up? What is up? What is up? What's up? Tippy said, did you do the acorn cop? Oh, yeah, I showed that video in a previous live stream. Yeah, that was the most foolishness. I didn't even hear a sound. If an acorn did fall, I did not see or hear it. Like I said, it's crazy that even took place. That dude is a straight clown. What that dude name was, Ramirez, something like that. I forgot. Whatever his name was, crazy. Straight crazy. Andy said Gaia is a living, breathing entity, and we need to look after her because she has always looked after us. I got to the point where I realized trying to explain that other than human beings, other things out here are living and alive. I got to the point in time, I'm not explaining this to nobody else. Everybody think I'm crazy anyway, so be it. So I'm just going to leave it as that. So the moment in time that the earth starts producing and doing the things that it normally does, and that magnetic field is basically gone, it's over. It is complete curtains. Of course, we're a long ways away from that basically happening. But, I'm just saying, we really don't value what it is that we have at this moment in time. And we're not going to value that up until stuff starts getting stripped away or up until it's fully gone. Tippy said houses on mountains are crazy to me. Bars. Tippy said, just say true American said you. Black people not doing. No, black people don't appreciate nothing either. That's why I said that's why I said I made a very blanket statement and a very true statement. I'm talking about human beings in general. I don't care if anybody's black, white, Asian, Arab, whatever you are. I do not care. I'm talking about humans in general. I don't care if you're an individual and you're part of the Wildlife Federal Organization or whatever. I don't care if you save pandas or koalas or red pandas. I don't care what it is that you do. In general, human beings have never been a positive force on this planet at all. At all. I'm talking about all human beings. We are wasteful. We pollute. We do not give back. A lot of people are not out there planting trees. I'll put it to you like that. Everybody who has ever used toilet paper, paper towel, who have ever used notebooks, for every single notebook and sheet of paper that you've ever used in your life, how many trees have you planted? That's my point. That is my point. And that's just one aspect. Just dealing with trees. That's not talking about the precious metals that, let's say for me, my computer, the metals that are basically taken directly from the earth, or the cell phones that we got. You know, like I said, look at what's happening in the Congo. Matter of fact, do I got that that image directly up here? Let me see if I actually got that. Let me see if I actually have the image directly up here, because like I said, like this stuff is like how everything is like transpiring is it's crazy to me, but a lot of people are not going to understand it up until, you know, stuff is you know, pretty much gone. You know, so let's just look at this. Let me see if I can just download this video for y'all real quick. Like I said, I'm looking at the harsh reality, because again, like I said before, we talk about a lot of problems, we talk about a lot of issues, and you know, different stuff and whatnot. But nobody ever talks about humans in general. We can easily sit up there and say like, oh, look at what this person is doing, or this ethnicity, look at what this other person is doing. But you know, when are people going to, you know, sit up there and look at what humans are doing, you know, in a sense, in general, right? So like, look at that. All of those people basically there trying to get those metals directly from the earth, so that the phones and the stuff that we sit up there and use are viable. Look at that. The amount of earth that had to be moved. The amount of earth that had to sit up there and be moved. So somebody tell me, what is the positive effect that human beings are actually accomplishing here for the planet, for the earth, while they're doing all of this digging, getting all of these metal ores directly out there? The only thing that I can sit up there and give you is for the selfish nature of human beings. Like I said, I got a phone, I got a computer, I got a game system, I got a lot of these things. And this is where a lot of this stuff comes from. You have some adults in there, you got child labor directly in there, and they go directly through all of this, including dying, just to sit up there and make sure that we got the things that we need so that the things work. Also, that Apple and all these other places can sit up there and charge exorbitant prices, and these people don't get nothing, barely even cents, for the stuff that they dig up and, you know, help to make these corporations hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars. All right, Pink, much love, respect, and appreciation. Have a great family night. Tibby said, is this in the Congo? Are they all black? 22 said, odd, it's only found there. Tibby said, this is the fault of their leaders. This is the thing. You have to have a for what people like to sit up there and say, in order to have, you know, a stable economy or whatnot, you have to have people working at the bottom, right? And this is in a sense what that bottom looks like, right? This is what that bottom directly looks like here. But like I said, we tend not to want to focus on ugly, harsh truths or reality when it deals with a lot of things because it makes our lives better. Now, again, this could be a different scenario, or at least where it could be beneficial for these people as well, if they were actually getting paid a decent amount of money for risking their health and their lives in order to do this. But we all know that that's not going to happen from a lot of these companies and these corporations. We know that that's not going to happen. And we got other means of doing things as well, but we opt not to do it. And like I said, Africa is one of those continents that is Neo-Africa that's going to be colonized by quite a few different areas. And, it is what it is. And he said, death, lost limbs, and full cavity searches. Yep. Gail said, where are the robots for this job? The robots exist, but they just opt not to do it because they're like, well, we could sit up there and put a robot, but that's going to cost a lot of money to sit up there and bring in the parts, ship it in, put it together, and have somebody that knows how to do it. Or we can have the locals there and pay them a little bit of money. And they opt to bring in the locals. They opt to do that because it's a lot easier and cheaper to hire all of them versus trying to put together, bring in that machine, build it, and teach somebody how to use it and the upkeep on the machine and all of these things. So that's why they do this. And of course, using the machine will be way quicker. Way quicker. And then you can have that running for hours upon hours upon hours. You don't got to worry about food, rest, vacation, sickness. It can get a lot of this stuff done real quick, but they opt not to do it. And he said, this is capitalism base camp. 22 said, all Congo has to do is sue. And he said, Ronan, if only it were that easy. Tippy said, but I thought you said you was all for AI robots. I am. But do you think that a lot of these people would want a robot to sit up there and take money directly from them, no matter how much they're getting? Nope. They'll sit up here and say like, oh, whatever, how much ever it costs, you can almost pay me nothing and let me do it. You will have people out there that will say that because they're just trying to sit up there and get a little bit of something, because a little bit of something is better than nothing at all. And I said before, I'm for robots and AI so that people can have a easier life, so that we can sit up there and do more important things and focus on more important things. But at the end of the day, realistically, people are just going to get lazy. And inevitably, that's what's going to happen, because the moment of time you make things easier, it's going to make people lazier. It just is. People are not going to appreciate things as much. It's going to come right back full circle to what it was before, which is the lack of, appreciation for, certain things. So, it's crazy. It is crazy out here in these streets. 22 said, watch the Animatrix Part 1. I think I might have seen that some years back. 22 said they're going to mess around and find gold. They found gold in other areas in Africa, like mounds of gold. And then people from the country were coming there to basically get their little piece of gold, which rightfully so they should be able to get. And they should be able to sell that to get some type of money. But the government was like, oh no, we claim this area and this land, and anybody who was there, you need to return whatever. Like I said, the moment in time that people can get a little bit of something and go somewhere, here comes the government telling you, no, you can't do that. This is ours. Like I said, how is this yours when you don't even own the land? You didn't make this land. You didn't build this land. This gold was naturally here. The people who are there should be able to take part and get a little piece of gold and be able to sell it so that they can just be, fine, so that they can be okay. Like I said, the governments are not for people at the end of the day. They're not. But like I said, I can go a few different places, directly with these things, but it is what it is. It is what it is when it comes to these things. It's like I said, it's crazy. It is completely baffling and crazy. Let me see. I do have some other videos, but I will more than likely just save that probably for another. Oh, matter of fact, let me show y'all this before I go. Let me show y'all this one because I forgot to show y'all this one. And this one is dealing with
got this thing.
Brother Umar, right? And I want to just highlight and showcase this, right? Brother Umar, regardless on if people hate him or love him, he has been more consistent than a lot of other people out here when it deals with one topic. And the one main thing he's been consistent on is his love that he has for Black women. And when he's up here speaking, it's the first time I think that I can ever recall this actually happening. You got this brother sitting up there speaking, and this happens.
See, we got this thing, brothers and sisters. And the white man knows you well because he's written books on you.
How many books?
They say the Negro entrepreneur. Who's that queen? You wasn't with me last night. I never seen you in my life.
Look at my book. Look at my bag.
Yes, I'm going to keep speaking. I've never seen a sister a day in my life. Brothers and sisters, clap it up for the ancestors. Clap it up for the Most High. Clap it up for Black excellence. Clap it up for positivity. Yes. Yes. We're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. No weapon formed against us shall prevail.
Yeah. So I just want to say this, right? Again, Umar has been very consistent in the love that he has for Black women. No matter what takes place, the brother rose up to the scene to defend Black women. And all to do that for over the years, to have a moment where this takes place, where a random woman comes out of nowhere and she's just hooping and hollering and talking about, he was like, who is you? She was like, check my bag and all this other type of stuff. I was with you last night, yada, yada, yada. My main thing is this, right? Let's just put this into a hypothetical. Even if, and Umar, to my knowledge, is a single Black man, even if he was with this Black woman last night, what would be the reason to come up when he's speaking to do this? You're sitting up there taking off whatever sweater that you got. You sitting up there throwing things at him on stage. Like I said, this could have been something vastly different because you don't know what that woman could have had in that bag. And she just threw that directly up there on stage. That could have been any type of device. She could have had a weapon directly on her. Like, yo, that's crazy. And even still with that happening, he still gave her respect. He was like, who was that queen? Who? Like, he was still sitting up there giving respect. No matter how she was hooping, she was hollering, she was shouting, she was being disruptive, acting ignorant. Like I said, irregardless of whatever people want to sit up there and say about Umar, that man is consistent in the love that he had for Black women. And that showed right here. Like I said, I don't know who that woman is. Who is that, Harpo? No, don't know who that woman is, but he was consistent. He was consistent. Like I said, and then she wanted to sit up there and get mad at the dude that was trying to push her directly out. No, get your ass up out of here. Because you're doing way too much. You too big to be doing all that. You are too big to be doing all that. Real easy. That woman is probably a solid 4-something. Let me see. Yeah, that's a big lady. That's a big lady. And then she got the nerve to be trying to like act like she gonna swing or hit that dude with an elbow. Like, nah, get your ass up out of here. Like, I don't know what you doing. Like, you're doing way too much. Even if you and Umar were together, what's the use of doing this? He wasn't on stage talking bad about you. He wasn't on stage saying nothing negative about black women. If y'all did sleep together, it was a moment y'all had, and that was it. Like I said, that's crazy to me, son. That's crazy to me. And I don't know who Umar's like security is. Like, yo, you need to hire some better people. Or like, I don't know what was going on. You're like, yo, you need some security. She should not even have been able to make it that far to even throw a bag that was like close to even hitting him. Like, yo, that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Straight crazy. But that is it. That is it, people, for this live stream with a few of the topics and things that we decided to go directly over. Just had a few things to just touch on and whatnot. Much love, respect, and appreciation to all 15 people that are currently here, directly at this moment in time. Love you guys a lot. Thank you guys for being here, for being a part of the live stream. We've been going for about close to 3 hours. I'm about to sit up there and probably go find me some food or whatnot, real quick, and go heat that up and eat it. And probably watch, some YouTube videos or whatnot. Probably, do something like that. Tippy said, what are you going to eat? I don't know. Got to find something. We're going to figure out what it is. Andy said over 300 for sure. I would say probably about like a good $4 something. Probably a good solid $4 something. Like I said, she made a straight ass out of herself doing that. And that's crazy. That is 1,000% crazy. Like I said, and I hope Brother Umar stays protected. Stay doing the stuff that he is doing. And make sure to have better security, because stuff like this just should not be happening. Tippy says she is not 300. I said 4. I was just slowing back and looking at the what's the name. I said a good solid 4, because I know women who are 2, and it's not like that. Wait, Gail said, "Damn, 4 something." that's the black way of saying something. 4 something, yeah. Yep. That's from what I can sit up there and get from my spectacles. That's what I'm guessing, what I'm theorizing. Right. But much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all of you guys that have been here for this live stream and whatnot, and giving back feedback and communication and something like that. Tippy said a 300 something woman would be smaller than her. Yeah. So, man, Andy said a salad dodger. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But much love, respect, and appreciation to everybody there. Hopefully you guys are having like a good weekend. Order y'all something to eat, watch some movies, some different stuff of that nature. And I will catch you guys on the next live stream, which should be live stream number 67. Tippy talking about, wait. No, Tippy, we are out of here. We are tired. We are about to go eat some food. I'm still trying to figure out when I'm going to do the game streaming. I could have technically did that today instead of a normal live stream, but I opted for a normal live stream. And no, Tippy, I'm not about to eat on stream. Nope, not doing it, Tippy. We're not doing it. Nope, don't feel like doing it. He says that has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with nothing. This one was like, hold on, it's Saturday. That means nothing. That means nothing. Back in the day, we used to have Saturday morning cartoons. You see what that Saturday got us now? Nothing. Nowhere. It's out of there. It is out of there. But anyways, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. And then here comes this dude showing up late. King Black in the building. Yo, what is up? What is up? You talking about just leave the mic thing on? No, Tippy, we're not doing it. Peace out.